Happy Thursday night football, everybody. We're going to have some fun. Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm excited about this one, you know what I mean? And first comment rolling in. And before we went live right here, what's up, Matt? Howdy, producer Vince. Go, Pack, go. No matter what. Absolutely. I appreciate you being the first comment over here. And, dude, shout out to the producer Vince over here, you know, all the graphics, everything, whatnot. So let's give him a round of applause to start this thing because we know it's going to be great. You know what I mean? But hammer in the chat, who do you think is going to win this ball game? We got ourselves, I got some prize picks in this thing. Dude, I did a big one on prize picks. I could win $1,800. So if I win, I'll do a giveaway for sure. Probably do a big giveaway. Probably bigger than last time. We gonna see though, you know what I mean? We're gonna I want to look at this real quick. We're gonna be talking about this tonight. Because I always say if I'm gonna talk about my prize picks on a live stream, if I win, I will share the wealth, you know what I mean? We'll do a giveaway. But we're gonna see. So let me check the prize picks right here. You know, we got Aaron Rodgers, 223.5 passing yards. I took the over on that. We got T. Higgins, 48.5 receiving yards. I took the over on that. DK Metcalf, 0.5 touchdowns. So at least he needs one touchdown, you know. And Jamar Chase also needs a touchdown. Joe Flacco, 235.5 passing yards. I took the under, bro. Took the under on that. I was just feeling spicy with it. I always go over, but I took the under on Flacco. And then TJ Watt, I think he gets he needs over 4 tackles. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think TJ Watt can do that if he's playing. You know what I mean? But absolutely, I'm going with the Steelers as well. I think the Steelers are going to win this game. I'm excited to see Aaron Rodgers play football. I really never watched a full game of the Steelers this year, and we're gonna hang out, you know, watch some Aaron Rodgers, kind of make us, you know, bring us back a little bit. And this is the Grandpa Bowl tonight. Here comes the kickoff. Steelers are going to start this thing off from about the 2-yard line. They got themselves a return 15, 20. He's at the 25. He's trying to get past the 30. He's going to get to about the 32-yard line, which is like it's so funny with the kickoffs because they always start about the 30-yard line. Because they always they try not to have a touchback because like, oh, maybe we can get them shorter, but it always seems to get to about the 30-yard line. So that is where they start. And what is up, Erica? How you doing? Hey, Matt and Vinny, go Pat, go. What is up, Erica? Thanks for being here. We go. We're gonna start this thing off first down and 10. Aaron Rodgers in the huddle. The Steelers are 4-1 on the season. The Bengals are 2-4. Obviously, we know a little bit about the Bengals. Joe Flacco, they're calling this the Ben Gay Bowl. You know what I mean? Two of these old-time quarterbacks. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers from shotgun. He's back to throw, tosses this thing right side, and that's going to be he stays on his feet, and he's going to get to about 3 yards before he gets tackled down. And it is funny because it's been a long time since I did a watch party and just yelling about Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean? So this is going to be good. And I'm still rocking with Rodgers, you know what I mean? I can't watch Rodgers play and not celebrate, but we're going to talk about that a little bit because there's an interesting question that was brought up today. On social media. We're going to get to that, but we got some chat here. We're going to get to that after this play. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. It's 2nd down and 6. Now he's changed some stuff up at the line. They're at about the 35-yard, just short of the 35-yard line. Rodgers is back to throw. Quick pass left side, wide receiver screen, and that's going to be close to the first down marker. That might have been a tight end over there, 88. But there's a flag on the play. So false starts are calling here. Usually those, you know, you see those flags a little sooner, but so it's going to be 2nd down and 11. All right, so let's get to some chat over here. Joey says, so excited to watch Perk Rodgers in the Unk Bowl. He's still got the GOAT to me. Rings don't make GOATs. Pure talent does. Former Pat, go Pat, go. Yeah, dude, absolutely, dude. Rodgers, you know, it doesn't matter where you want to put him on the list, but here he goes. He's in shotgun. He's back to throw. He's looking right now. He looks left. Kind of throws the dirt. Pressure is getting to him, and I don't know if he expects someone else to do that, something different, or if he just threw it to the dirt, get rid of that thing. But it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the Pittsburgh Steelers over here. Joey said, I'm hoping we see the classic offsides free play or 12-man on the field free play. Yeah, I think we might. He's definitely going to be trying. We're going to see if they can get him. But here we go, 3rd down and 11. Bengals wearing like I believe that's their whiteout uniforms, all white over here. Steelers are in all, obviously, their dark uniform. Well, they got the little gold, yellow, whatever pants on. The classic, you know, what Steelers wear. All right, Rodgers back to throw, and he's looking to go deep right side. He's got his man. That's completed. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch, big time first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I mean? There we go. Like to see Rodgers slinging that thing. That was a beautiful ball right here, right? This is empty backfield. Rodgers is in shotgun, back to throw. Nice route, but he didn't really have him beat. That ball was just right where it needed to be. That was good coverage. He was on him, but you can't really defend a perfect ball. Yeah, that was good defense right there. In my opinion, Rodgers seems happier if you can even tell just from his throwing. It always seemed he wasn't allowed to throw a lot last couple seasons with the Packers. I mean, I don't know. Here we have a run up here. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. I think that when he was at Green Bay, he kind of had pretty much control of the offense. Obviously, Matt LaFleur was putting his stuff in there, but I feel like Rodgers had control to like audible and do everything that he wanted to do. I don't know that he was real happy with the Jets. It's the Jets, but I'm sure he is happy right now, though. He's in Pittsburgh. They're 4-1. He got a good team. Him and Tomlin have a relationship, so I think he's good there. But I think he was happy in Green Bay. Obviously, there was some stuff going on with the management at the end. But second down and 3. I think he was happy with the team, though. I think he was happy with his teammates and coaches and whatnot. But here we go. Rodgers from under center. He's going to toss this thing. He's going to run this thing left side. That's going to be a first down. And they got some yardage there. That was Warren on the run over here. I don't know a lot about the Steelers, whole roster, but we're gonna figure this out today. You know what I mean? I know who the quarterback is. What's up, Deb? Hey, Matt and Vinny, go Pat, go. What is up, Deb? How you doing? You know what I mean? So they're gonna be inside. They got themselves a drive going right here. They're inside the red zone already. Nice run by Warren over here. Now Aaron Rodgers is gonna be under center. They're gonna be at about the 14-yard line. He's got a man in the backfield, 11:48 to go in the first quarter over here. They got a man in motion. They're going to toss this thing. He's going to try to run left side again, kind of bounce it middle a little bit, and he's going to get down to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be second down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who retires first, Ramage or Rodgers? I think probably Rodgers. You know what I mean? I ain't got no money. You know what I mean? So I ain't soon. Hopefully someday I can retire, and I wouldn't say retire, but retire from the old cheese factory land and do this full time. But for now, you know what I mean? I got to work at 4 a.m. Here we go. Second down and 6, 11-10 to go in the first quarter. Rodgers going to be under center, a little I formation action right here. And he's going to play action. He's looking to throw left. He gets rid of it towards the end zone. Incomplete in the fingertips, but not complete. Let's check the replay over here. This is intended for he was lined up as a fullback. This is Hayward. Nice play design. I actually like that play design. It was in his hands, just couldn't corral that thing in. Let's see how close it was. Yeah, just outside of his fingertips. I think it'd have been a hard one to gather in. What's that word I'm looking for? I don't know. But what is up, Luke, Roger? What's up, Matt and Vinny? Go Pack, go! Absolutely, go Pack, go! Appreciate you being here. Yeah, most definitely. Rodgers still got his back to throw, empty backfield. He's dancing around. He's got some time. Now he's rolling left. He's looking. Now he's going to roll right. He's got so much time. He's got blockers. He's running out. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers to Smith. And there we go. Aaron Rodgers definitely still has it. There we go. Right out the gate. Donu Smith for the touchdown. There we go. Right down the field, dude. Steelers looking good. You know what I mean? Hopefully they don't look this good when they're playing the Packers, but first driver here, Aaron Rodgers, dude, that offensive line really like helped him a lot. Like he had so much time. How do you cover that long? You can't do it. You know what I mean? Someone posted on Twitter that it was the AARP Bowl. I seen a lot of that, the Ben Gay Bowl. Here comes the extra point. It's gonna be good. Well, that's gonna be a 7-point ball game, 7-0 right out the gate, and the back is back. You know what I mean? So there we go. You like to see that right there. First, all right. So let's talk. I don't know if Vinny has the graphic or not. The one I sent you, Vinny. I don't know if you threw it up there, but I want to ask a question. Green Bay Packers Daily presented this question, earlier today because the Packers, the Steelers are playing right now, and Rodgers and the Packers play the Steelers coming up. So Is there any part of you that would root for Aaron Rodgers during the Packers game? He kind of presented this on Twitter, Facebook, all the places. And I say no, there's absolutely not. I will root for Aaron Rodgers in like every game this year. Like tonight, I'm all about rooting for Aaron Rodgers. But when they play the Packers, not even one part of me, not even a little bit, not even a scotch. I'm all about rooting for the Packers. Like I hope Rodgers has the worst game of the season, even the worst game of his career when they play the Green Bay Packers. So here's the question. This was presented by Green Bay Packers Daily. So shout out to him. I just said it. When the Packers face the Steelers in a couple weeks, is there any part of you that will be rooting for Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, absolutely not. Not against the Packers. I hope all the good things for Aaron Rodgers. I hope he wins tonight. I hope it's the Packers Steelers in the Super Bowl. But when they're playing the Packers, dude, I ain't rooting for nobody. I'm rooting for the Green Bay Packers. You know what I mean? I would never dude, if the Packers, if my son made it to the league, if my son would have made it to the league, I would root against him, against Green Bay Packers. I root against nobody. I root nobody over the Packers. It's the Packers. You know what I mean? As long as Green Bay loses, they're not going to lose. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that was a good question. Green Bay Packers Daily, shout out to him. You know what I mean? A lot of people were talking about that on Twitter, even on Facebook today. But absolutely, for me, I would never root for the Packers. I saw people on Twitter talking about like, if we lose, we gotta lose someone. I would rather lose to him. And other Packer fans like, Jordan Love has a long career. I hope Rodgers blows us out. Like, what are you talking about? How do you root against your team over like for a player? You know what I mean? Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. Hope he balls out tonight. Got a good start right here, but I root for no person, no player over the Packers.
Inconceivable.
Exactly. That was the best sound effect you could have played right there. It's insanity to me. Here we go. Rodgers is looking spry this week. Good for him. Not next week. Go Pack. Go. Yeah, and that's the thing is that offensive line looked really good. You know what I mean? Protect him when you got an older quarterback like that. You got to protect him. And Rodgers can sling that thing when he's got time. What's good, Matt? Just checking in, bro. What's up, Dennis? How you doing? We're talking about the old man bowl over here. You know what I mean? So like the combined age of this game, where they ranked, they're 81. So Vinny's got the projections, or not the projections, but the history of the old man bowl over here. We have a return over here to the 27-yard line. But you got the oldest quarterbacks ever to face each other, 2020 Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. Then you got Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. Then you got Brett Favre versus Vinny Testaverde. I remember that game, dude. I remember people talking about that. Now you got Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco, 2025. A lot of it's Brady because he was old for a long time, you know what I mean? And then Aaron Rodgers. I thought there'd be more Favre out here because back in the day, Favre had a lot of, everyone was always talking about how old he is. But here we go. First down and 10. Joe Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. They're going to be at the 27-yard line. He's going to hand this thing off. They're trying to run this thing up the middle. Steelers defense is there, and that's going to be about a 2-yard gain. And we got the Brewers score over here, the top left of the screen over here. You know what I mean? Where is that? Right here. So it's 3-1 right now. Not looking good for the Brewers. This is a tough one for the Brewers. This series, beat the Cubs. Cubs fans are all in the feelings. They're still crying, dude. They're still whining about it. They're still crying about that flag. But not looking good right now for the Brewers. But you know what I mean?
We're currently in the bottom of the 7th right now, too.
Bottom of the 7th. So here we go. Joe Flacco. He's going to be back to throw. Oh, they got pressure. He's coming around, and he goes down. TJ Watson in that sack. Wasn't the initial sacker.
Nothing.
I missed that name. Icy Hot Bowl. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Jericho.
Kevin said, what up, Matt? Your favorite Southside Hillbilly Chicago Bear fans. There you go. You know what I mean? I've been trolling Chicago fans last few days. It's been a good time. It's been a long time since I got to do that. Bears fans and Cub fans together. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. Here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun, empty backfield, back to throw. He's got time, gets rid of that thing. He's got a man open. That's going to be a first down. And that's to Higgins. And the crowd is throwing booze around like it's going out of style. When Vinny takes over the show, what changes will be implemented? Vinny's like, it's my show now. I'm the host now. Aaron says, my nephew's team didn't win and the quarterback name was Brady that beat him in the championship. That's rough. That's just we have a run up here in the middle for the Bengals. Dude, that was a rock hard hit right there. That's gonna be a 4-yard gain. Victoria, she said, I get to go in late for work tomorrow so I can watch the football game. There you go. I work at 4 a.m. tomorrow. I don't get to go in late, but something I do anyways. No, I can't tomorrow. I ain't got no points.
No more sick days either. No more.
You know what I mean? I ain't got none of that. I ain't got no sick days. I ain't got no points. I got to go. Here we go. 2nd down and 6. Flacco's back to throw. He's throwing to right side, and that's going to be incomplete. Not on the same page with Higgins. That wasn't even close. Some good coverage over there, too.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, it was just a bit outside. You know what I mean? He played like Tom Brady. He was hitting dimes. You know what I mean? That's rough. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? So we got 3rd and 6, 8:11 to go in the first quarter. I don't expect it. I don't really expect this to be a really close game at the come the end of the game. I really don't. But here we go. Flacco rather is going to be in shotgun. Ball to 45-yard line. He's back to throw. Tosses this thing short pass, and that's going to be a couple yards. I think what do you got? 5 yards. It's going to be 4th down, short of the first down. 4th down and 4. It's going to be. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that was a good defensive play right there, but a safety. So that's 4th and 4, 7:42 to go in the first quarter. And they're going to have the punt team out here. 7:30. Oh, I already said that. Here we go. Here comes the punt. And that's kind of like on the corner toward the sideline, but we're going to have a return. He gets about just short of the 20, and he's going to get it to about the 27. They're going to spin him down by that tackle. Kind of random, but still football related. There's a senior from my hometown high school that's ranked number 2 in the country for O-line and committed to Iowa. Crazy to see local kids make it big. That's awesome to see. You know what I mean? When people like kids from your area do good stuff. You know what I mean? So good luck to him. I mean, I don't like Iowa, but all right, shout out to him. Hopefully he does some good stuff. All right, we got a commercial break here. We'll be right back after these matches. Hang with it. Let's watch Aaron Rodgers coming out here for the second drive. Let's ball out, baby.
Hey man, try this. It's my favorite. Thanks. Whoa, wait. Be careful, I just mopped there.
Yeah, just these. Russell, I swear I see you everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy. See you next time.
All righty. We are back over here. 7-0 ball game. Steelers getting the ball over here. But yeah, speaking of that, Iowa knows how to develop O-linemen. Good for him. You know what I mean? It's always good to see local people for you get a little shine, you know what I mean? I always thought that was cool, like because my kids were in like tournaments and like they're in sports all the time. So we'd go like different schools, like obviously to travel around basketball tournaments and baseball tournaments. And like you go to some schools and they'd like have a shrine, like this kid made it, he played for the Bucks for a couple of years or whatever. And some kids, come from these small Wisconsin schools and go on to do some stuff. You know what I mean? But here we go. Aaron Rodgers going to be in shotgun. Warren is to his right. 7:25 to go in the first quarter. He's going to start this thing in shotgun, about the 26-yard line. And he's going to toss this thing right side to Warren, and he's got some room, and that's going to be a first down, but a 12-yard run over there. What is up, Rick? Dude, the comment chased our little guy on the graphic. You see that? Even in Matt, cheers. Hoping you're doing good tonight as I raise my Kwik Trip chicken, potato wedges, and mac and cheese to you with an ice-cold spotted cow. So you're doing it the whole Wisconsin way. You know what I mean? You're getting after it, Rick. Shout out to you. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers, quick pass. It's going to be a quick slant, and that's going to be about a 7-yard gain.
Quick update. We're going to the top of the 8th. Still 3-1.
There you go. Top of the 8th. 3-1 in that Brewers game. That was Metcalf on a slant. That was kind of reminiscent of like one of those old school Packer plays. Those slants right there. Just said, let's go, Aaron Rodgers. He is my starting quarterback in my dynasty league. There you go. 2nd down and 4 over here. 6:28 to go in the first quarter. Rodgers going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield. They're about just shy of the 44-yard line. Now he's got a man in motion. Now he's going to hand this thing off. No, it's a flea flicker. Rodgers is rolling to his right, and he just throws to the ground looking for a screen there, and he's not happy.
You get nothing.
You know how Rodgers be when things don't go well. He will yell at someone. He will cuss you out.
5 letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX.
Relax. Here we go. 3rd down and 4. Rodgers in shotgun. He's got Warren to his left. He's kind of dancing around back there. Rodgers back to throw. He's got time. He's going deep left side, and that's going to be overthrown. Incomplete. That was intended for Smith. Rodgers looking sad. You know what I mean? Here we go. We got Philly boy in the building. That's what Love needs to do. Just clock it. Joey says, not going to lie, with the Steelers defense and Rodgers' skill, I think this will be a blowout Steelers win. Not looking forward to watching them next week. I mean, I think the Steelers are a good team. They're punting over here, right here, in 4th and 4. But I think that they can be beat. I don't think they're going to be beat today. Here comes a fair catch, and that's going to be about the 17, it looks like, where they're going to start this drive. But I think the Packers can beat the Steelers. I mean, I'm not making no predictions. We got a game before that, but we will see. Just like Ramage, when the bartender says you're cut off. Hey, it doesn't happen, bro. I'm a professional. You know what I mean? One of my other favorite quotes from Rodgers, I think we can run the table. Yeah, that was a beautiful one right there. Joseph says, hey, Matt, have a question for you and want your honest opinion. So what is your take on the Chiefs and Lions game? Was it rigged? I don't think it was rigged. I mean, obviously, like, people look at the Chiefs and they're like, yeah, they get, calls in their favor at times. But, like, my whole thing, like, the refs are what the refs are. Like, even if the Packers get bad calls, I try not to ever complain about it because it just makes you look like a whiner. And the Detroit Lion fans look like such whiners. It's Thursday, and they're still complaining about it. They're still crying about it. Lion fans look horrible right now. It's just they're as bad as Chicago fans. The Cub fans who are crying about that flag being flying, the same thing. The Lion fans are still crying. The people on the radio still crying. I see clips all day on Twitter, and I think it's hilarious. But yeah, do the Chiefs get calls their way? Like, you can look. I mean, people think the Packers get calls their way. I mean, people think that about all teams. The Chiefs, they do seem to. And I've seen people like, we did studies, like all these Detroit media people. They did studies, and they're like, they went through and looked at all the tape and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't believe that the league is like, we want the Chiefs to win, so we're gonna have all these bad calls. First of all, the Lions, it wasn't like it was close. They kneeled that thing out. I don't know. I just don't. I think the Lions are whiners, is what I think. I think the Branch, he got that 1 game suspension. Should have been more than that. Wait till after the game's over, then sucker punch a dude. Like I think the Lions look horrible right now. You know, I just think that they look like a bunch of whiners, and I mean I enjoyed it this week. You know what I mean? Let's get some more comments over here. Rodgers out here yelling at players like he's Brian Brand. That's kind of Rodgers' style of like leadership, though. When someone doesn't do like what they're supposed to do or whatever, he gets fired up a little bit. Would have caught that deep ball if he was wearing his binky in his mouth. What a whole game with no flags. Oh yeah, for the Chiefs, whole game with no flags. I get it, like, but that's just what the NFL is. As a fan, it doesn't really pay to sit here and cry about like what you think should have happened. And then I think the Chiefs had one taken away from them too, didn't they? I don't know. I mean, I think that the Patriots back in the day, the Chiefs, they got like this reputation of getting the flags their way, and it probably does to a certain extent happen, but here we go. We have a screen over here. Dumped it off to Chase, and that's going to be about 8 yards right side over here. But I don't know. I just think as a fan, you just need to move on. It's like Thursday. Why are you still talking about the last game? You just look like a whiner. Their pass catchers are huge. John Rue Smith, Washington, Metcalf. Feel sorry for the corners and safeties having to tackle them. Better let Parsons, Gary, and Van Ness get hits on them. Van Ness is hurt. He ain't hitting nobody. Here we go. We got Flacco's going to be under center. You got a man in the backfield. 2nd and 2. Now they're going to switch stuff up. Flacco's going to go to shotgun ball about the 25-yard line. He's back to throw. He's looking right side. He gets rid of it. That's going to be incomplete to Chase. They want a flag, and they get one. Travis and Ramage, damage. What's up? High television over here. Automatic first down. Yeah, so they got that hold on them over here. Remember when Lions fans and Bears fans were wearing paper bags over their heads that said sad faces on them back in the day? Dude, I remember that. The Lion fans, like, I don't even have hate for Lion fans because there's some true diehard Lion fans. But the ones on social media, dude, they're a bunch of punks, dude. They act like they have like they've been good forever. Like, why are you whining, bro? You just got good. Here we go. Flacco's throwing left side, and that's going to be way overthrown. Incomplete. Could have been intercepted. But I just feel like the Lion fans are a bunch of whiners. That's what they look like. And
Quick update. Bottom of the 8th, still 3-1.
There you go. 3-1. Bottom of the 8th in that Brewers game over here. Steelers blowing out the Packers, and LaFleur can be frustrating sometimes, but we don't get blown out very often. Yeah. I think it'll be a good game. We'll see how it ends. My town, Valdosta. Let me try that again. Valdosta, Georgia, actually won ESPN Award 2008 South Sports Mecca. There you go. They're going to have a run up here. Looks like a little rowdiness going on over there. That's going to be 3rd down. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Any news on McManus or some linemen hopefully returning this week, or refs to start the calling holding flags on Parsons? Yeah, Matt LaFleur actually talked about the holding flag, the holding calls on Parsons. Like, if Parsons gets no calls and he gets like choked out, whatever, he said he's going to mention it to the refs to start this game. And I want to talk about that for a second. But here we go, 3rd down and 5. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. He's back to throw. He's looking left. Nothing there. Now he gets it off. And that's going to be a first down past the 50-yard line. Dump that thing off. But yeah, people are like, "Oh, he's never mentioned it to the refs before." Like, I'm sure they did. Like, I mean, Parsons has been not beginning the holding calls, even like when he was in Dallas. And I've seen like Dallas fans like, "Oh, now he'll get them because everyone hates the Cowboys, and that's why it was." I'm like, all right, then why are we talking about it? Why is it a story? Because he's not getting the calls. Cowboy fans are like the most the fan base that think like the world evolves around them. Like, they're the main character. Everyone hates us. Everyone's against us. No, your owner sucks. Here we go. Flacco back to throw. He's got pressure. He gets rid of it. That's going to drop. Would have been a first down and maybe a lot more. But yeah, Cowboys fans are the most delusional, like, the world evolves around me type thing. Like, everyone's out to get you. No, they're not. You just have a crappy owner and you have a bad football team. You know what I mean? LVN is hurt. Funny because outside of his one sack, he's been killing me. Well, he, it sucks with his injury because going into training camp, he looked good. Everyone was talking about how great he was. But you need him on the field. You know what I mean? Noah Fant, draft him. There we go. Here we go. Flacco's going to hand this thing off up the middle, and they're going to get about 3-4 yards on this thing. It's me third down. What is your take on the 49ers calling the Packers for Gary? I think the 49ers out of their mind. No chance is that happening. I'm not even sure that's real. I'm not calling any reporters liars because, I don't know. It could be absolutely real. But I can't imagine the 49ers thinking that they're going to get Rashawn Gary. Like, Van Ness is hurt. I saw Aaron Nagler and Corey Benke were talking about this on their transplant show on Cheesehead TV. And Nagler kind of said the same thing. Like, what world would the Packers do that? With Van Ness being hurt, especially, even without him being hurt, why would you do that? Like he with Parsons, he's got 4.5 sacks. He's getting after it. They're not trading him. But here we go. Flacco, I think he got some people to jump, but it could have been a false start too. We're gonna see what his flag is. It's a false start. So yeah, I don't think there's any chance that the Packers trade anyone. I don't think they're not trading Rashawn Gary. They're not trading Romeo Doubs. They're not trading Wicks. I don't believe it. Like you're trying to get something going here. And the whole people I've seen people talking about they should trade Romeo Doubs. Like I don't know what world you live in that you think that they should trade Romeo Doubs. Like he's been getting after it, you know what I mean? I think he's be a big part of this team. They're not rebuilding, dude. They're trying to win something. You don't just start dumping off talent. But here we go. 3rd down and 11. Flacco's going to be empty backfield. He's in shotgun. Ball 50-yard line. He's back to throw. Looking left. Gets rid of it. Middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete, dude. Thought he had that. It would have been just short of a first down, but that was dropped as well.
You get nothing.
You get nothing, bro. You got nothing. What about McManus and O-line returning? I'm not sure about Zach Tom, like when he's going to return. It is Thursday, so I seen the injury report. I don't really remember exactly what it was, but McManus, I'm not really sure about either. We can find that out during this stream, so hang tight. The producer will be on. I see him over there typing stuff.
There was something going on with McManus and with LaFleur. Because LaFleur made some comment about his injury, and McManus made a smart comment about LaFleur having a dictionary of thesaurus.
Yeah, I think he said, that was that was before last game. All right, so we have a flag over here on the punt return. I think they have punt return interference. We're going to see what this is, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be punt return interference. Yeah, that's interference on the return. Joey says 49ers have nothing to give in a trade. Bosa is injured. Warner is injured. Their draft picks will be in the 20s. Makes no sense to trade with the 49ers or anything. No value to give. And you don't help out. You don't help out your competition. You don't help out teams that you expect to see in the playoffs. Like it'd be stupid. And they need Rashawn Gary to get into the playoffs. And now you're talking about receivers. I don't know if 49ers talked about with the receivers. I think that was other teams. But yeah, they're definitely not. They're not trading Rashawn Gary to the 49ers. Too funny here in my town, Valdosta. Aha, this award was Titletown Doc Holliday. Grew up here. Huckleberry. There you go. I'll be your Huckleberry. All right, so here we go. 7-0 ball game over here. 200 folks watching live across other places. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? We got that one lone watcher on Twitch just to creep it on me. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. But yeah, here we go. Joey, go for the hat trick. What about McManus and the O-line return help? We're trying to win the Super Bowl right now. Even if someone offered a first-round pick for Gary, that doesn't help this year. It absolutely doesn't. Especially to a contender. Like I think it would be foolish for them to even consider that.
I have the injury report for you as of today, Matt. If you'd like to see it.
There you go. Bring up that injury report real quick one time. And here we go. So we got Aaron Banks. A limited participation over here. So let's scroll down here. We got Zach Tom over here. Did not participate. See, that oblique back is a problem. I think Zach Tom is a big one. Van Ness did not participate. Foot. Christian Watson, limited participation. Wicks, limited participation. Devontae Wyatt did not participate. So Yeah, so it's not looking good. Aaron Banks he had limited participation, so see if he can come back. I don't know what the expectations are for these guys, but the offensive line most definitely needs to get it back. Did I miss did we miss a Frosty the Snowman over here? You know, man, what's up, Frosty? I didn't think I think I saw the comment. I didn't see the name. You know what I mean? But what's up, Frosty? How you doing? You know, Frosty the Snowman. Speaking of helping competition, apparently Tomlin was mad at the Browns traded Flacco to Bengals. Their season is over. Why throw them a lifeline to save their season? I agree with them. You don't. Your rival, your division rival, loses their quarterback. You don't trade them a quarterback and like for nothing. You know what I mean? So I thought it was stupid, but that's what the Browns do. It's moronic. Here we go. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Aaron Rodgers going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. They are going to be 27-yard line. Quick pass on the screen left side, and that's going to be to just past the 30-yard line. That was to Wilson. Just says, everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe on Reed's YouTube and follow his recovery journey. Praying for a speed recover. Looking forward to Reed coming back for our run to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Rodgers back to throw. He's rolling right. Trying to buy some time. He's looking. I don't think he's got anyone. All right, he found someone. That's going to be a first down on the sideline to Smith. And now, dude, he just waited. He just rolled right. Just bought time until someone popped open. But I didn't know that Reed had a YouTube channel was doing that thing. But also subscribe to mine as well. You know what I mean? But I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, he just popped some videos the other day. But yeah, be sure to like and subscribe Matt's before you go there. Yes.
Yeah. That's like the Lions, Goff getting injured, and Packers trading Malik Willis to keep their season alive. I feel for Tomlin being mad about. Yeah, absolutely. It's just a stupid thing to do. I don't know. I don't understand why they do it. 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Aaron Rodgers on the center, ball at the 40-yard line. He's gonna pitch this thing. He's gonna try to run left side, cuts it up the middle a little bit, and he's gonna have himself a first down. Took a hit at the end there, but what a run! Nice little run. Good vision. And they are moving those chains. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, they got some good blocking over there in the offensive line. That was a good run, good vision. I don't know what the Steelers' offensive line is ranked, but so far this game looked pretty good. You know what I mean? They're buying time, run game, passing game. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers just past 50-yard line. He's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Looks like he's making some changes, maybe with the protection. Now he's got a man to his left. He's going to pitch this thing left side. He's trying to find a hole, being patient, but nothing there. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You get nothing.
Move them again. They did not move that time. You know what I mean? So we got 35 seconds to go in the first quarter here. First quarter kind of going fast over here. Second down and 10. Brewers watch along Friday night. You know, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be hanging out. I'm off Saturday, so we might get crazy with that one. You know what I mean? So come hang out, watch the Brewers game. Hopefully they can pull it off tonight, but not looking good right now, down 3-1. But here we go. Rodgers in shotgun. He's back to throw. He throws this thing right side and he's off the flat, and that's going to be about a 7-yard gain over there on 2nd and 10. So we're going to be 3rd down and short. We're going to end the first quarter on that. You know what I mean? And now we're waiting to see what we got here. Who do we got? Philly boy. We were all waiting on it. You know what I mean? All right, so the end of the first quarter, we're going to be right back after a few messages. You know what I mean?
This is the last bag of chips.
I'd fight my own grandmother for just one.
Hey, it's chips and soda.
I'll go tell Coffee and Donuts.
Mm-mm.
attention. Have you or a loved one been seriously... forget that. Let's do this Nicolet Law style and give the people what they want.
It's Nicolet! It's Nicolet! Nicolet Law!
All right, so we are back 7-0 in this ball game. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers fumble in the fourth. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Is that a good guess? I don't know. That's a wild guess. Very, very specific. But while we're still at commercial, I'm gonna check my prize picks over here. We got ourselves a good one over here.
And a quick update: top of the ninth, still 3-1. Do or die for the Brewers right now.
There you go. Top of the ninth. You know, down 3-1. That's not a good situation. I don't think this is updated. All right, so yeah, it's early in the game, so I don't got nothing. But I don't think it's updating right now. But anyways, here we go. 7-0 ball game. We're coming back from commercial. Hopefully the Brewers can throw some runs together real quick one time. But they're looking good. But we're gonna be out there tomorrow night. Watch party Brewers, see if they can go on a run over here. These old guys could do a Just for Men beard commercial or ED, whichever comes first. I don't think either of them need to, you know what I mean? I think they're doing all right financially. Here we go, 3rd down and 3. They could, though, for sure. Aaron Rodgers is going to be in shotgun. A man to his right. They're going to be just short of the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a run up the middle. That's going to be a first down past the 40-yard line. So there we go to start the second quarter. We get a first down, and this Steelers offense, you know, pretty much getting after it. Going right down the field. They got that touchdown. Then they were forced to punt, but now here they go. Al Golden, Bengals defensive coordinator. Al Golden. That's a cool name right there, dude. You know what I mean? That's a good one. These old guys. Oh, yeah, we already got to that one. That's a good one, though. 1st and 10. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield where they are just about the 40-yard line. Play clock's down to 2, 1. Oh, you got a man in motion. They're going to pitch this thing left side. Does he have a hole? He found a hole. He got rocked, but he got a few yards on that thing. He come out. He's like, dude, you might have to hit somebody. But he's not a Lions player, so he's not going to. All right. Pittsburgh, 19 plays, 6.8 yard average, 129 yards, 1 touchdown. The Bengals, 13 plays, 3.5 yards a play, 45 yards. That's not, you know what I mean? I know. I think I've seen more Bengals games this year than I've seen. Even when I was doing like the graphic, I already have that graphic. But here we go. Rodgers gets rid of it, and that's going to be a first down to about the 26-yard line. Another first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Speaking of Bengal games, it has been easy for me to set up graphics because we already have Bengal stuff ready to go.
Yeah, we've done a few of these things. Erica says the Brewers lost. It's not looking good right now. I don't think it's over quite yet, but here we go. Aaron Rodgers, shotgun. He's 8 for 12, 88 yards and a touchdown.
It is official. The final 3-1. The Brewers are down 3-0. Tomorrow will be win or go home.
Yeah, and we're gonna be there for that, doing a watch party. So hopefully we don't watch them go home. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not good. It's a rough series for the Brewers, you know. Lowest salary versus I think the highest salary, right? So that sucks though. All right, here we go. Rodgers and the Pittsburgh offense over here in the huddle. These guys are yakking. These guys got old, you know what I mean? Al Michaels, he's been doing this like since I was alive. First down and 10. Rodgers going to be under center. Warren's in the backfield. They got about, what do they got? About 27 yards to go to the end zone. All right, Rodgers, quick pass, left side. He's going to try to make someone miss, and he does, and he's going to get close to the first down marker. That was 1st and 10. Now it's going to be 2nd and 1. Just quick little passes. That's how you get it. They don't do best of 5 in the flounder for Brewers is best of 7 now. Yeah, I believe it's let That's right.
Yeah, it's the best of 7 in the championship, just like the World Series. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. 2nd down and 1. Rodgers shotgun. Man to his right. Now he's going to be switching some stuff up. Rodgers audible. And now he's got Warren to his left. And he's going to pitch this thing left side. And he gets tripped up a little bit, but gets the first down. Now he's bouncing to the right side. He's got some blockers. He's past the 10. 5. He's going to get in for the touchdown. But there's a flag on the play. And this is probably coming back. Holding on the offense. Mike. I got no problem with Al Michaels. I don't have no problem with any announcers. Troy Aikman's kind of annoying, but I don't overly hate any announcers. I don't listen to them too much. Even if I'm watching the game, if I'm not live streaming, I'm just I'm not paying attention close enough to really care what they're saying. Yeah, so you're just looking at that hold there. Yeah, that's a hold for sure, but not necessary. 2nd down and 11 over here. Rodgers shotgun. A man to his left. They're at the 28-yard line. Can they get Seb going right here? Rodgers is back to throw. He's looking. He's got time. This offensive line is holding up. Now he rolls right. He finds some room, and he's going to run this thing. The old man still got the legs. He's going to get to about the 20-yard line where he slides down. He ain't taking that hit. You know what I mean? So it's the 3rd down, 11:50 to go in a second quarter. Whenever you watch these Joe Flacco, it's so funny to me. Like when they're on the bench and they're just sitting there so calm. You know what I mean? Just waiting for their turn.
Conserving energy.
You know what I mean? Like Joe Flacco just doesn't look rattled at all. Looks like he's just sitting on a park bench waiting for his kids. They're playing on a swing set. Here we go. Rodgers in shotgun now. He's got a man to his right. 3rd down and 5. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got pressure. He's trying to make some time. He rolls left, and he finds his man, and that's going to be completed short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about half a yard. Does Tomlin, is he one of those guys? Is he going to go for it? He can take the points. Looks like maybe the offense is staying on the field. I think this is not a bad spot to go for right here. 4th and 1, 11-play drive, 55 yards, 6:53 to go off the clock. But like you're being successful throughout this game. The offense is getting it done. It's 4th and 1 right here. You're playing a 2-4 Bengals team. And they're going to try to just sneak this thing. Or not sneak it, really. I don't think Rodgers was involved. They're not throwing him up the middle. I think it was a direct snap. And Bengals are saying it's not a first down. There's a flag on the play. False start, so they're probably going to kick that field goal now. So that's a false start. So if they didn't get it, which I think they probably did, because they would probably just decline that, right? I don't know if you can decline a false start, though. I don't think you can. Here we go. I feel happy for Rodgers. He was miserable in New York, but with Tomlin, they have good chemistry and respect for each other. Didn't want to see him retire after New York Jets disaster. Steelers give a better ending. Absolutely. I think he's probably having a good time over there. Him and Tomlin are homies. Seems like he's happy. They're 4-1. They're winning. They're about to kick a field goal right here. 41-yard field goal attempt. It's up. It's gonna be good. Yay! Aikman was complained about getting screened by security. Yeah, Aikman's kind of, that's what he is. You guys see that Caleb Williams story? Caleb Williams is crying because Aikman wouldn't meet up with him. But he was like, well, I was in this whatever hell's wherever. And he's like, and then I called him and he wouldn't answer. Well, yeah, because you had a meeting. And then Bears fans were all like, well, he was working. Like, no, but that's the point. Like, everyone was complaining about Caleb Williams last year is that he missed meetings, and that's another meeting he missed. You're supposed to talk to the production crew like before a game, and it's scheduled. So like Caleb Williams was wrong. You know what I mean? You don't hear about other quarterbacks doing that, but whatever. I don't really care. I don't think it's a huge issue because whatever. But for the Bears fans to like defend it, it's stupid. You don't see other quarterbacks just missing.
Matt's right. You do talk to the production crew. I mean, I said the other day my mom died, and he says you are going to be there for the game to produce. And I'm like, dude, there was a death in my family. He says, I don't care. You're going to be there.
Dude, Rodgers is playing. You know what I mean? That's a false start. What do they call it when the Eagles jump forward before the snap every time? They don't. They don't call it anything. But yeah, that was very similar to those Eagles jumps. The Eagles jump just about every single tush push, but refs they got the vision of me. But here we go, 10-0 ball game. Steelers over the Bengals. And we're gonna see what we got going on over here. You know what I mean? Steelers looking good right now, though. 10-0 ball game, second quarter. And I'm gonna see if I can check these old prize picks real quick. Wasn't updating last time, but obviously Rodgers has some points over here. So let me check this thing again. I just refreshed it. Oh, here, now we got it. So I got 223.5 passing yards. I took the over on Rodgers. He's already at 101, so I think that'll happen. T. Higgins, 48.5 receiving yards. He's at 18 right now. DK Metcalf needs a touchdown. Jamar Chase needs a touchdown. Joe Flacco, I took the under on 235.5 passing yards. He's at 36. So that seems like a good decision right now. And then TJ Watt, he needs 4 tackles. Right now it's saying 0. I thought he had like half a sack, but I guess it doesn't count. Maybe it wasn't half. But check out the old podcast. I'm at Ramage Show, Apple, Spotify, all the places that people listen to podcasts. You can listen to mine. Go on and check that thing out everywhere that you listen to podcasts, and you'll have a good time with that. You know what I mean? Let's keep it moving over here. Joey said a good quarterback would die to talk to a Hall of Famer like Troy Aikman. Must be a Bears quarterback. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't like Troy Aikman at all. I don't like here we have a return over here. 15-20. He's at the 25, and the Bengals are going to start this thing about the 28-yard line. But like, you have to talk to the crew that's calling the game. That's just what you do. I can't stand those offensive linemen that have to extend their arms 1 second before the snap. Yeah, it happened. That's what I would do. When I was an offensive lineman in flag football, they used to always talk like, Ramage is good. You know, he's a good offensive lineman. But like, we didn't have no refs really, so I just tripped people. I would just block the guy in front. I'd snap the ball. I'd block the guy in front of me and trip the other guy. And then they were like, oh, this guy's good. This guy cheats. But here we go. We're going to have Flacco is going to be under center at the 28-yard line. He's going to man the backfield. They're going to hand this thing off. He's going to run it left side. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He's running down the sideline to about the 50-yard line. He's going to go out of bounds just past the 50-yard line. So the Bengals got something rolling over here at 10-12 to go in the second quarter. Yeah, that was a good job right there. That was just a good job running. If he didn't just steam through that hole wasn't lasting long. That arm tackle wasn't going to do it. But if he hesitated at all, that would have closed up. You know what I mean? Icky Woods for 25. Remember that Icky Woods? I think he had that little dance going on back in the day, didn't he? So here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun now. He's got a man to his left. 1st and 10. Calls a timeout. Wasting timeouts, you know what I
mean? Needs a Metamucil.
Unreal. Let me get that Ben Gay on the old shoulder, you know what I mean? First quarterback to be traded midseason within division since 1974. You know why? It doesn't happen. Craig Morton went from Cowboys to the Giants back in 74. Vince, you remember that. You were probably like 45 when that happened, huh?
All right. Make my old man noises.
Anytime he clicks them all. Let me check this. I'm going to show you guys this picture real quick. Who knows what's up with this picture? If you know, you know. You know what I mean? I just wanted to show that. I'm going to show that every stream from now on. You know what I mean? It's my favorite picture. But here we go. Flacco is going to be, they got a little pistol action going over here. He's back to throw. He's looking, tosses this on the right, on the flat, and he gets murdered. He just got his man murdered over there.
Nothing.
That's going to be a loss. All right, let's be nice. He said back when Vince had his original teeth. Like he's 97 years old. Yeah, that was a hit right there. That was nasty. You Philly boy, you need to be nicer to Vince though. 2nd down and 16. Here we go. Flacco's gonna be in shotgun. All right, he's back to throw. He's looking. He's got a little bit of time. Gets rid of it, middle of the field, and not a lot there. I feel like that's what the Bengals do. They draw back to throw. They got some in the middle of the field, 5-yard reception. That's That's their bread and butter. You know what I mean? Run the ball and then they throw these little dinky dunk passes. But it's third down right here. Flacco is 6 of 10, 36 yards. Chase, 2 receptions, 10 yards. Higgins, 1 reception for 18 yards. Those are your prime numbers. Third down and 10. Here we go. Flacco, he's back in shotgun, empty backfield. Ball at the 45-yard line. He's back to throw. He gets rid of it, throws it downfield. That's going to be a first down to the 30-yard line. So that was a good one. I think that was that Chase? Well, Chase gets another one over there. Bet they go to Collinsworth. Time to put that Brewers helmet away. Never. Packers lose. I don't hide stuff. I wear it all season long. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, come on, pay attention there, Philly boy. You know what I mean? First down and 10, 7:38 to go in the second quarter. Flacco's back to throw. Quick pass left side to Chase. He bobbles this thing, caught it, and then did a little spin move and got out of bounds. That was beautiful. I mean, for a bobbled pass, because those are the type of passes sometimes get intercepted. But Chase stayed with that thing. Let's check this old replay over here. Look at right in his old grips over there. He's like, ooh, let's play a little volleyball, and I'll still catch it, hit him with the circle button, and then keep her moving down the field a little bit. Goes out of bounds, but he recovered from that thing. Now, here's the guy who caught a ball and bobbled a little bit. You know what I mean? All right, second down and 3. He's got 4 catches now, Chase does, and Flacco's going to be under center. He's got a man in motion. Steelers are bringing it, but I think they have a flag. I think they made him jump. That's going to be false start. No, yep, false start. So the defender, like, kind of moving up and kind of doing all that stuff, made him jump. Brewers will come back in game 4, and we will be right here doing a live watch party. Brewers, winner go home. Tomorrow night, we're going to be right here doing a live watch party. Come hang out, you know what I mean? No cheating allowed, though, you know what I mean? Like this game right here. First half, 8 of 15, 40 yards, 0 touchdowns. Second half for Flacco, 21 of 30. I think that was like last week. It definitely wasn't this week. Here we go, 2nd and 8. 6:35 to go in the second quarter. Flacco's in shock, and he's got a man to his left. He's going to hand this thing off. They're going to try to run this thing up the alley, and that's going to be our first down for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know who's doing what, you know what I mean? This was a good run, though. It's kind of like I've watched a few Bengals games. They kind of know what they're trying to do without Joe Flacco or without Burrow. I think they kind of like changed kind of what they do a little bit. They would run the ball, trying to do short passes. They kind of spread it out a little bit every now and again. But Flacco, I mean, he's only been on the team for not too long. I feel like they're not trying to get too wild with it. But they got some receiving threat. So here we go. Flacco's back to throw. He's got time. That ball is tipped, and it's going to be caught by Higgins. He went and got that thing. Wait, they're saying it's intercepted. It looked like Higgins had it. We got one Steelers defender saying it hit the ground. The other one saying it's intercepted. Ruling on the field is a catch. Second down. So a head of steam, you know what I mean? Let's check this replay, though. Yeah, that was nowhere near an interception. He's down. I don't even know what all the commotion was about. It's a catch. It hit the ground, but it never moved. It was in possession, so that's a catch over there. You know what I mean? Here we go. Flacco's going to be in shot. He's going to hand this thing off. He's trying to run this thing, bounce it right side a little bit, and that's going to be a first down for the Cincinnati Bengals on 2nd and 3. He's doing a lot of celebrating for 2nd and 3, first down, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was ruled a catch. You're kind of behind over here there, Philly boy, aren't you? Let me see that was 41 seconds ago. Maybe you're right on time, you know what I mean? First down and goal, Philly boy. Let's see what the Bengals got. They're going right down over here. So 4:48 to go in the second quarter. First half kind of flying by. Flacco's going to be in shot. He's going to play action. Looking to throw towards the end zone. That's going to be a chase, and that's a touchdown. Ball popped out at the end, but he was already in for the touchdown, right? Oh, yeah, Jamar Chase touchdown. What is up, David? How you doing? Got ourselves a ball game right here, 10-6, extra point coming up for the Bengals. I don't mind those Bengals all white jerseys. The helmets look cool. You know what I mean? I like it. Jamar Chase is good at football. Wait, I don't know. No, that's not a catch, dude. That's not a touchdown. That was not even almost a touchdown. Yeah, that's incomplete as heck, dude. What do you mean +1? Why are you lying, Philly boy? Why are you lying? He's just guessing. I don't think he's watching the game. Montana kid in the house. What's up? Yeah, we got ourselves a dropped touchdown right there by Jamar Chase. But what's up, Montana kid? How you doing? Where you from? I'm just kidding. But here we go. 2nd down and goal. Joe Flacco. Got an itch over here. My ankle, you know what I mean? Here we go. 2nd down and goal. 4:42 to go in the second quarter. So now that, the touchdown should have been, Chase couldn't wrap it in. So now can the Steelers take advantage and shut this down and at least home for a field goal? Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. And he's back to throw. He's throwing a fade to the end zone to Chase, and that's going to be a touchdown. But there's got to be a flag there. Was that not a push-off? And there's a flag on the play. That's a push-off, dude. That looked like a major push-off. We got to check the replay here, but that looked like a major push-off. So it was on the defense. So let's check this replay here. That's a touchdown. Jamar Chase. He's kind of got hands on Jamar Chase. No. So Jamar Chase, his hand extended, which I saw, but that's because he was being molested the whole way down there. So yeah, that's the right call right there. So the Bengals get on the board over here, 10-6. Still get it. Still same player. Jamar Chase is like, dude, throw me the ball. I guarantee he said that. He's like, let me redeem myself on this thing. Here comes the extra point. 4:38 to go in the second quarter. Here comes the kick. It's up. It's gonna be good. And there we go. 10-7 ball game. We got a 3-point ball game. Look at Philly boy just lying to us about stuff. You know what I mean? Just lying to us. That's why you can't trust people sometimes. Like, he is from Minnesota. You know what I mean? You can't trust those folks from Minnesota. they pretend they're nice. But anyways, Jamar Chase touchdown. Shout out to Philly boy. I'm just messing with you. Although I do feel the way about Minnesota. 243 folks watching live right now. We're gonna be right back after these messages. Come hang with me. You know what I mean?
Any news, Dan?
Not yet.
I love you.
We're here for you. Kwik Trip.
Hi, have you seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
What?
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolet.
All right, we are back right now, dude. My phone is ringing right now, and it's my work calling me in early. Ain't gonna happen, you know what I mean? Someone called it on third shift, you know what I mean? I'll be there at 4 a.m., but not a minute earlier. 4:38 to go in the second quarter. Here comes the kickoff. We're going to have a return from about the 3-yard line, 4-yard line. There's the 10, 15, 20. He's at the 25. He's going to try to bust it inside a little bit. Get to about the 30-yard line. You can just copy and paste that return because that's pretty much what all they are. 4:32 to go in the second quarter. How do you guys feel about the kick returns this year? It feels like they're all kind of the same. I don't know how many return touchdowns they got, like versus like the previous years, but it seems like they're all the same. It seems like they're all, kicked short, so they get a return, and they return at about the 30-yard line. They're all about the same. You know what I mean?
They say there's more returns this year, but have any been returned for a touchdown yet?
I've never seen any. I mean, I'm sure they probably happen in different games, whatever. I wasn't watching, but it doesn't seem like many get even returned very far. I mean, many, sometimes you get one busted to the 40 or whatever. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers is going to be under center here. First down and 10, 4:32 to go in the second quarter. They're going to try to get some points of their own. They got 70 yards to go to the end zone. And he's going to play action. He's looking to throw. He might want to get it all at once. And he's throwing it deep. He's throwing it left side, but that's going to be intercepted by the Bengals. That ball floated inside a little bit, and he throws an interception. And they're returning this thing. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. He's cutting. He's in the middle of the field down to about the 44-yard line, and they're going to have great field position, and the Bengals all run to the end zone to do their little celebration. Yeah, Rodgers launched the left side, but that thing kind of just floated up a little bit and didn't go where he wanted to go. I think he was trying to look for that sideline. But let's check the replay over here. Yeah, I think he just needed that to go to the sideline so only his guy could get it, but the safety came over. That was too far infield, and he had an easy interception on that one, you know what I mean? Rodgers is at 63,973 passing yards all time, and Big Ben is ahead of him with 64,088. Guessing we'll see him pass Big Ben tonight. And as a Steeler too, salt to the wound. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's something. Hopefully we see that tonight. All right, so interception, but they're going to check to see if he was down by contact before he went on that run. Don't mind the new kick returns, but I do miss the good old surprise onside kick. Yeah, I miss the surprise onside kick, and I like the kick return, but I mean, I'm all for it. Like if it's safety and the people were like, so he was down by contact. So first down, I think where the interception happened, so he must have been touched. Let's check this replay here. Yeah, Metcalf touched him on the way down. So yeah, he was down right there. But I mean, I'm all for like the kick return rule. If it actually is stopping injuries, I get all that because they're all just running at each other before. But I like that. I feel like that there's not a lot of breakout kick returns for touchdowns like there used to be. But it is what it is. Here we go. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. And they have a long ways to go now. They were down, on the other side of the field, down by the 40. Now they're at the 24-yard line. They have a long ways to go. But Flacco's going to be under center. He's going to hand this thing off up the middle, and he's got some room. That's going to be a first down, and he's still moving. He hits the circle button, and now he's on his way. He's past the 50. Cuts it back to the 45. He's going to get down to the inside the 40-yard line where they were if he wasn't touched down by contact. So they got that thing brewing right here, and the Bengals offense got a little something going. I feel like that's all they can do, like run the ball. That was a nice move, dude. Brown's getting after it over there. Yeah, Chase over here with the block. Maybe blocked to the back, but who cares? You know what I mean? Here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. Brown's got 5 rushes for 74 yards. Should have had prize picks on him. We're going to have a toss over here. That's going to be to Chase. He was pass interfered, incomplete. 248 people watching live right here. 2 people over on the Twitch machine. So appreciate you. Tap that like button wherever you're watching and share it if you feel like it. You know what I mean? But here we go. We got more flags. Automatic first down. Yeah, that was pass interference all the way. You can't cover Jamar Chase without pass interference every now and again. Here we go. 3:35 to go. First down and 10. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. 6 defensive pass interference penalty drawn this season, most in NFL by on Jamar Chase. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. They're going to hand this thing off. He's going to bounce this thing left side. He's going to make a dude miss inside the 30-yard line. So on first and 10, they're going to get about 6 yards on that thing. Think well, get any Bears, Lions, and Viking fans stopping in here to talk smack to us if Rodgers plays bad since he was a former Packer. You know, those haters are dumb and like to talk smack. Dude, yeah, whenever like anything's bad happens, if it's the Packers or even if it's the Lions and they're winning, whenever it's like, they always like to talk trash. So I wouldn't doubt it. They're all welcome, you know what I mean? I don't mind it. 2nd and 4. Flacco's back to throw a quick pass. That's going to be completed to Higgins, and he's at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals, and they're going to take the lead 13-10 with the extra point coming up. Oh, my goodness. What a turn of events. 2:52 to go in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers throws the old helmet on. Tomlin's cussing at someone in his headset. I guarantee it. 3 plays, 76 yards on that thing. Yeah, that was just a good play, dude. Higgins can ball, dude. Chase, dude, Higgins, they got some receivers over there. So if you give the quarterback time, he can get after. They didn't have a quarterback this year since Burrow went out. But Flacco got it to him. And now here comes the extra point. It's up. It's going to be good. Banging the drum in Cincy. You know what I mean? +1 there. He's not lying to us this time. You know what I mean? But here we go. They're going to go to commercial break. We're going to hang out right here. Hammer the chat. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you're thinking about for the Packers taking on Arizona. We got this ball game right here, 14-10. Let me know what your thoughts are, NFC North, whatever you want to talk about, get after it. But we're having a good ball game right here. I still think that the Steelers are going to win. Bengals took advantage of a good opportunity right there, though, after the turnover. And big shout to Kwik Trip right here. They got that bake sale going on. $2.99 3-count premium donuts. And that's not the only sale. They got a lot of stuff going on over there. Get yourself. They got the brownies. They got the whole tray of brownies you can buy. You can buy a whole tray of brownies. If you got to bring them to work, and feed the people that you work with. They got a lot of good stuff. So go ahead and check out the Kwik Trip bake sale right now. Check the Quick Rewards app, kwiktrip.com, to see how you can win some prizes and whatnot. They give away vehicles. They give away all types of stuff. They give away cash and money over there. So go check them out. You know what I mean? But let's get her moving over here. Flacco has better playmakers, Bengals, than Browns. Oh, absolutely. Flacco has way better playmakers on the Bengals than he did on the Browns. That's for sure. I did that sale this morning. 3 donuts. There you go, Philly boy. How'd you feel about them? You know what I mean? I bet you they were tasty. Got in an argument with a Bears fan, and he said, how it feel having Caleb be 1-0 at Lambeau. I said, I don't know. How's it feel having Love be 2-0 at Soldier Field? He shut up after that. The whole 1-0 at Lambeau Field thing with Caleb Williams is funny to me, because that is the level of expectations the Bears have. That's their Super Bowl. That's like their big thing that they hung on the whole offseason. They don't have expectations of Super Bowls, and they're never going to win a Super Bowl. Not with Caleb Williams, not with the team they have, not with the coach they have. They're just not. They're just not. They're not good enough. They're, they might be building something. I've seen Bears fans, Ben Johnson is building something here. Well, you're in 4th place, all right? So, yeah, have fun building it. You know what I mean? My neighbor over there built a shed, watched it. You know what I mean? Build away, but his shed is usable. You know what I mean? I don't think the Bears are going to do anything. I don't think Ben Johnson's not going to win. The same cycle is going to happen in Chicago.
Here's what the Bears are building in Chicago.
Yeah, they're gonna fire the coach. They're gonna bring someone else in. They're gonna draft a new quarterback. You know what I mean? That's what they are right here. You know what I mean? Get that out of here. They did in 85. Yeah, they did in 85. I was 6 years old. The last time they were at all almost relevant. You know what I mean? But there we go. We're going to have a kickoff over here. We have ourselves a 4-point ball game. 2:52 to go to second quarter. You expect the Steelers are going to come down here and try to get some points before half. Lots of time. 3 timeouts. We're going to return here to the 20, to the 25. Trying to cut it back to about the 30-yard line. You know what I mean?
5 letters here. Just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX.
Relax. Flacco is 11 of 16, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rodgers 10 of 15, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Very similar. I need Flacco to not get too many passing yards. I need Rodgers to get some more. You know what I mean? For my prize picks. But here we go. Rodgers is going to be in shotgun. He's got I think that's Warren to his right. They're at the 30-yard line. Can they get something brewing right here? Rodgers going to slang this thing. They're not going to run it on first down right here. I just have a feeling. And then I was wrong. He pitched it right. Warren's going to run for about 3 yards. The ball is out. That's a fumble, and the Bengals are on top of it. Oh, my goodness. And the Steelers. Oh, he's down by contact. That's second down. They got saved right there. Check that replay. Yeah, he's down by contact. That elbow goes down. That's when that ball pops out. So that's good for them. Because a fumble right here in this spot, Nichols on your score, that is brutal. That could be a very, very bad situation for the Steelers right here. Rodgers out of shotgun, back to throw. Tosses this thing right side to Warren. He's going to make someone miss, and that's going to be a first down the sideline. Good move by Warren over here. And my cat's in the building, you know what I mean? 1:58 to go in the second cat out the 2-minute warning. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to be right back after this message with the 2-minute warning right here.
Ultimate fan would know that the Packers played their first ever road game in Ishpeming, Michigan.
An Ultimate fan would know that Coach LaFleur was the 15th head coach and that he won 7 out of his first 8 games.
If anyone should decide who the Ultimate Packers fan is, I should make that call.
Coach LaFleur?
Could you make the cut and become the Kwik Trip Ultimate Packers fan presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar?
One lucky fan will win a prize pack that includes $50,000 and 2 tickets to every Packers home and away game next season. Full rules at kwiktrip.com/sweepstakes.
All righty. Here we are, 14-10 ball game over here. I think I missed a few comments over here, so let's see what we got over here. Deb, dang, Matt, you were 5 when I graduated high school. I'm old, you know what I mean? I don't think, you are like cheese is good, fine aged cheese. Wine is good age, you know what I mean? So you're all right, you know what I mean? What's up, Deb? And go Pack, go. What's up, Cam? We got ourselves a ball game right here, 14-10 Bengals. I think surprising some folks right here. I mean, they got the weapons on offense, so it shouldn't be a huge surprise that they can get it done when need be. But I expect the Steelers to still win this game. They're talking about their halftime show. Rodgers buying time. Rodgers really did do a good job in the first half buying time. I feel like the offensive line was really helping them out. Rolling out though, making time, getting people time to get open. I think Rodgers, he's still got the wheels a little bit. You know what I mean? 1st and 10, 1:58 to go in the second quarter. The Pittsburgh Steelers offense is on the field. Where are they at? Just short of midfield over here, about the 48-yard line, looks like. Rodgers is going to be in shaking. He's got a man to his right back here. He's got a man in motion. He's going to hand this thing off. He's trying to bounce to the left side. Now he's going to the middle, and that's going to be about 5-yard gain there on first down. So it'll be second down and about 5. They got 1:50 to go. The clock is ticking, 1:48. 3 timeouts, 64,089 career passing yards, 5th most in NFL history. Passes Ben Roethlisberger right here, 21st season. Rodgers in shotgun. He's going to, a man to his left, he's going to hand it off to that man, and he's going to run for about 2 yards. So Rodgers moves into 5th place all time. 1:22, the clock is still ticking. They have 3 timeouts, not using them right here. They don't seem like a particular big hurry right here. Got some substitutions coming in, I believe, and now they're still in the huddle. 3rd down and 4. See, they're trying to make this so if they don't get the first down, they don't leave, too much time on the clock. The Bengals have 1 timeout, but Rodgers in shotgun. Warren's to his left. Rodgers back to throw. He's got time. Tosses this thing. That's going to be a first down right to the middle to Warren over here. So 1st down and 10, 49 seconds, and then they're going to use a timeout here, right? Yeah. So the Steelers got their timeout. 49 seconds, 2 timeouts to go. They're in good situation right here. That wasn't a huge gain. It was a first down, but where are they going to be? The ball is going to be, I think, about the 40-yard line. All right, so our little mini commercial over here. We're going to see. Do you think the Steelers get a first touchdown on this drive right here? Shout out to my cool sponsors, though. Kwik Trip, you know what I mean? They got that bake sale we've been talking about. So go get yourself some donuts and whatnot. And Nicolet Law, you get injured, you're out of work, and the insurance company's being flaky with you. Check out Nicolet Law. Go to nicoletlaw.com. And actually, I'm going to be doing the Nicolet Law podcast this coming up week over here. It's called Midwest Legends. You know what I mean? So apparently I'm a Midwest legend. You know what I mean? I don't think so. But here we go. Rodgers is going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. 49 seconds to go in the half. 2 timeouts. I think that they're going to touchdown here. Not in this particular play, but here we go. They're tossing this thing. He did a screen, but he falls. And that's going to be behind the line of scrimmage. I think
You get nothing.
That was bad. He slipped right as he caught that ball. Better off not catching it. 43 seconds to go. And, that's the thing, that clock keeps running. So they had to call a second timeout on that. That was a horrible play on a lot of levels. You know what I mean? Tell Vinny you need a game clock. I think that's a lot to ask for. We got but
to match it up with the actual screen, that's very difficult.
Yeah, that'd be tough. And the resets all the time, it would be impossible to really get a game clock, play clock. I'll do better at telling you what it is. You know what I mean?
Besides, Matt told me he can't afford 2 stickers a week for me. So
that'd be expensive. We'd have to get a second producer. 2nd and 13. Rodgers back to throw. He's thrown toward the sideline here. It's going to be a first down. No, that's going to be. Are they saying it's intercepted? What's going on here? They weren't calling anything. Like they weren't sure if they should tackle him or what's going on. Let's see what these refs are saying here. Is it interception? What's going on? Bengals seem to think it's interception. Here comes the replay finally. See, he fought for it midair, and I think he got that thing, dude. That might be an interception. I don't know. I think the ball moved. I don't think it's caught. Like, he took it out of his hands, but he goes to the ground right here. But when he goes to the ground, that ball moves. What are we thinking?
It's really close.
I feel like that ball moves, though. But once that knee is down, but the knee, I don't know. I guess once that knee is down, the play's over, really, right? Yeah, I don't know, dude.
It looks like he has control.
Yeah, I think that might be an interception. Yeah, interception, rolling on the field. Well, Rodgers throws the second interception of the game. They're not liking that. They're arguing with the refs about it, but so are they going to try to challenge it? But they took I don't think that they took another look. The refs just kind of huddled up.
It's under 2 minutes. They can't challenge.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
they can't challenge it, and that I don't know if they will up top. I think they already kind of looked at it, so I'm not sure that they will.
I would assume that call came from upstairs.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, that they were like part of that. Yeah, but here we go. That's wild, dude. Rodgers throwing 2 picks. When's the last time he threw 2 picks in a game? All right, so there we go. Bengals are starting this thing. First down and 10. 40 seconds on the game clock. That's wild, dude. Bengals 4-point lead, 40 seconds to go, and they have the ball. They have a long ways to go, 70 yards to go to the end zone. See if they can get some points. Here you go, Flacco. He's going to toss this thing left side. He's going to have a first down and out of bounds. They only have 1 timeout. So that saves them 36 seconds, and they took a big chunk right there.
To answer your question, the last time Aaron Rodgers threw 2 picks in a game was on September 14th of this year against the Seattle Seahawks.
All right, so yeah, I was saying I wasn't sure if I was thinking that I didn't watch last year's game, so he might have done this year. But it doesn't happen often. I don't think he's had too many of those in his career. Especially two interceptions in the first half. So they're reviewing that completed pass over here. Here we go. 277 folks watching live across all the places right now. I appreciate y'all tuning in, hanging out with me. But
okay,
here we go.
Update for you. Aaron Rodgers has had 23 games with multiple interceptions in his career.
That 23 games out of like a lot of games. 20 years? I think it's over 20 years he's been in the league.
That's not a bad statistic at all.
Not at all. All right, we're going to jump to commercial over here because I have to use the rest area. We'll be right back after these messages.
What are you drawing?
I draw me walking a dog if I had a dog.
Where's my donut?
I have no idea.
I like your drawings.
Thank you.
All righty, we are back over here. 14-10 ball game. You know what I mean? I second what Depp said. That would be tough. That'd be a trick. Game clock. I mean, yeah. That I think that'd be too tough. Yeah, the expectations are high. You know what I mean? I'm just glad we got the quarter in here. But here we go. We're gonna see how this first half ends. I'm watching this commercial over here. But yeah. Here we go. I think we're coming back from commercial right here. Official review. Incomplete pass. His feet were down.
Hey, Matt, just to let you know how Just to let you know how insane that statistic is with Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre had 324 multiple interception games in his career.
That's crazy. So 37 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right there at the 30-yard line. Steelers they can't let him get anything on this. Flacco's back to throw. He's throwing to the left side. That's going to be a first down, but he's not going to be able to get out of bounds, I don't think. He did get out of bounds. It was Jamar Chase over here. I didn't think he was going to get out of bounds.
I corrected 302. Sorry.
All right. So Aaron Rodgers, Frank says, played in 248 games. It's okay. I just Google NFL schedule to find out. Here we go. First down and 10. 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. Flacco's back to throw. Throws the left side. That's going to be another first down to Chase. Out of bounds. The clock. No, it's not going to be a first down. I think he ran out just short of it.
Yeah, I was going by ChatGPT.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Not in the stream, but before Ace Frehley passed away. I'm not really, I'm a little bit younger. I'm not really super familiar with that band. I mean, I am, but not like their names and everyone in it. But that sucks. Second down and 1. Here we go. 25 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bengals trying to get something going. They're going to be just past the 50-yard line. Flacco's back to throw. He's got time. He's going to get rid of it. Middle of the field, almost intercepted. And there's a flag on the play. Steelers are going to get flagged on that. That was a late flag, too, dude. Is that Joey Porter Jr. over here? Pass interference. 20 seconds to go. They're going to get a first down right here. Let's check this replay. Let's see if it actually is. This is to Higgins over here. I don't know, dude. I think that was kind of a trash call. I mean, he had hands on him, but he didn't really stop him. Yeah, that grab right there. When you grab the jersey, you're gonna get called on that. I still think it was kind of, but I get why they would call that. First down and 10, 20 seconds to go. Joe Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. They're inside the 40-yard line now. They're getting down there, and it's about the same play they've run 3 times in a row to Chase on the sideline. This time, Flacco throws it over his head, though. Kind of what they're doing there.
He tried the corner and missed.
That's kind of like what they're doing though. Yeah, let's just throw it to the sideline over here to Chase. And I think it's probably a good plan because I think it's going to work more times than it doesn't. Second down and 10, 16 seconds to go in the first half. Play clock's down to 15 seconds. McPherson out here getting his little leg warmed up. They're going to try to at least get a field goal out of this thing. What are they at? 37-yard line. He's back to throw. Toss this thing middle of the field. He's not going to get the first down. Not a lot there. That clock's in a tick, so they're going to have to call a timeout. I think they should have went for another sideline shot there. No, 3, 2. They're not even going to get anything. Oh, did they not have a timeout?
They had a timeout left.
Yeah, I thought they did, but then I was like, why didn't they call it? It's down to 2 seconds. Yeah, that was kind of a bad set. That was stupid. If you're going to do that, why throw it short? Why not take a shot deep? And then just, I don't know. At least deeper than that. That was a stupid play call to me. But here we go. We're going to see if they can bang a 3-pointer up over here. 7 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown for Chase. $39-yard field goal attempt over here. You know what I mean? Let's see if he can get it through the old uprights over here. And here it's up right down the middle, and that's going to be good. Cool. 17-10 ball game. Not horrible for the Steelers considering the first half that they had. They kind of show that they can get some plays going off, but a couple mistakes, 2 interceptions. And the Bengals have the lead. 1 touchdown lead, 17-10 ball game over here. 281 folks watching live across other places. I appreciate it. And we're going to step away here for halftime. I believe Mr. Producer Man has a video to play for halftime. So be sure to, check it out. And, shout to the producer, Benny. You know what I mean? We're going to be right back in a few minutes.
That's right. I don't have a name there, eh? So you can help name me. And if you do, you'll win a nice prize like a nice cozy t-shirt that you could wear, showing that you're the one and only that gave me a name. And maybe we could go ice fishing and harvest the bluegills together, and maybe pop down a few barley pops, eh? That would be swell. Enter until October 19th there. The winner will be announced the first week of November, eh? Good luck all, eh?
Hi, have you seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
What?
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolet.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, you know anything about this guy?
I know he likes billboards. This is the 342nd one we've put up this year.
Oh, I've heard he's actually a decent lawyer.
I'm sure he is.
I always wanted to do that. Hey, I'll help you clean up. Sorry about that.
Sure.
You guys have been doing a great job. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Russell.
Nice beard, though.
Oh, thanks. The Ultimate fan would know that the Packers played their first ever road game in Ishpeming, Michigan.
An Ultimate fan would know that Coach LaFleur was the 15th head coach and that he won 7 out of his first 8 games.
If anyone should decide who the Ultimate Packers fan is, I should make that call.
Coach LaFleur?
Could you make the cut and become the Kwik Trip Ultimate Packers fan presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar?
One lucky fan will win a prize pack that includes 50 grand and 2 tickets to every Packers home and away game next season. Full rules at kwiktrip.com/sweepstakes.
All righty, here we are. We are back. It's halftime. 17-10. Bengals over the Steelers. Let me know. What do you think? Do the Steelers pull this thing off in the second half? The Bengals going to win this thing? The Bengals they're not having a good time. Overall, like this season, missing their quarterback, got some injury situation. Now they got Flacco. They're up 17-10. Aaron Rodgers, 13-19, 118 passing yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions. Joe Flacco, 14-21, 129 passing yards, and some touchdowns over there. I missed that exactly, but yeah, he's got what's he got? I think he's got 2 of them, doesn't he? But anyways, here we go. What statistic are you talking about there? Are you talking about the Aaron Rodgers with the multiple picks? Yeah, dude, Rodgers is he doesn't throw a lot of multiple pick games. You know what I mean? Simon Green Bay, like he cares more about interception, I think, than anyone. I think Rodgers, like playing behind Favre and seeing Favre throw all those interceptions, like that was the thing. He was like, I'm going to try not to throw a bunch of interceptions, try to take care of the ball. But over here, Jamar Chase, dude, he's getting after today. I was checking my prize picks over here while those videos were playing, and doing all right on the prize picks. I got 2 out of 5 so far in the first half. Aaron Rodgers needs 223.5 passing yards. He needs over that. I think he'll get that, but I took the under on Joe Flacco, 235.5 passing yards. So he's at 129. So I don't know. That might be an issue. We're going to see how the second half goes if the Bengals offense kind of falls off a little bit. But TJ Watt, I need him to get some tackles. He's got 0, it says, and I took the over on 4 tackles and assists over here. So we're going to find out over here. And Jamar Chase got his touchdown. DK Metcalf needs a touchdown too. So we're going to find out over here. You know what I mean? I expect the Steelers offense to get it going here in the second half. Like, they show that they can move it on this defense, but just making mistakes over here. Rodgers getting fired up. You know what I mean? Remember like seeing that with in Green Bay when Rodgers, like someone running a bad route or whatever. He gets fired up. He lets him know. He yelled at me one time during a charity softball game. I was the umpire over there. So Rodgers is super competitive. He doesn't like foolishness over here. But right now the Bengals are up, and we're gonna see how this goes. They're still at halftime over here. We got Richard Sherman and the crew over here chit chatting. Don't really care what they have to say. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Vinny? What are you thinking? Let's bring Vinny, the producer, in.
Hey, I'm thinking Aaron doesn't look very happy anymore. He looked happy in the beginning of the game, but he doesn't look happy anymore.
Yeah, he gets fired up when things ain't going well, but I expect him in the second half. Who do you think wins this game, Vinny? We're sitting over here in the second, halftime, 17-10 Bengals. Do you think the Steelers can pull this off, or do you think the Bengals keep it rolling?
I think Aaron comes back, Steelers win it.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. There were some mistakes to put Bengals in good situations, but Bengals took advantage of those situations too. So give props to them. But I think at the end of the game, they do it. But Brett played in 302 games, so there you go with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it ain't no shade, like, for Favre. Like back in the day, watching Favre play, like it was fun. Like it was obviously, like, I remember those 90s days. Favre threw some picks, and he had those seasons where, like, especially early on, when he was just slinging that thing, and just like you never knew if it was going to come up good for the Packers or bad for the Packers. But Aaron Rodgers kind of went the other route with that, and a lot of people have said, with Rodgers in Green Bay, especially towards the end of his career, like, he doesn't take chances. He cares more about not throwing an interception than trying to be aggressive and whatnot. But I think there's like good and bad to that. I kind of get that. But here we go. He's in Pittsburgh now. You know what I mean? And I think that the Steelers are going to have a good year right now, sitting at 4-1. We'll see how this game goes. I expect them to win this game, but I think the Steelers are going to be a playoff contender. The Steelers are going to be a team. But this is a division game too, so it's not just say look at the Bengals and say, well, they should be blowing them out, whatever. But it's a division game. It's always going to be close. And the Bengals, like I say, they're taking advantage of mistakes. Rodgers interceptions makes me happy. I got no hate for Rodgers. Packer legend. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not gonna be rooting for him when he plays the Packers, but playing the Bengals, you know what I mean? I'll never watch Rodgers and not root for him unless it's against the Packers. Got a Super Bowl over here, kept us contenders for a lot of years, and years that the Packers really didn't have a defense, didn't have a special teams. The years the Packers were kind of just hanging in there, and Rodgers held that thing together. So I give props to Rodgers over here, but here we go. They're back on the field over here. They're still talking halftime, but you see them over there warming up and getting ready and whatnot. But here we go. We're going to see. But yeah, I know that in the Packers, Packer fandom, there's a lot of people like split with Rodgers, the whole situation. I don't know. I don't care. I'm glad he didn't go with the Vikings. Everyone's talking about during the offseason. Would he go to the Vikings? I don't think there was ever a possibility of him going to the Vikings. I know Viking fans are like, we didn't want him. But if Rodgers wanted to go to the Vikings, I think he'd be a Viking. But I don't think that was ever going to happen. That Turner kid is really balling. I'm not really sure who we're talking about on here.
That boy is good.
Who are we talking about on here? I'm not sure I follow. But actually, I'm going to bring something up right here real quick. Hang on a second. Trying to find something over here. No, that's not coming up. But anyways, I was trying to do something, but oh, the cornerback. All right, there you go. The cornerback. All right. Yeah. Did he get those interceptions? Is that what you're talking about over here? I didn't see that. The name or whatever. He got an interception on Love too. All right, there you go. So he's getting after it.
That boy is good.
How are the Bengals winning? You know, a couple interceptions by Aaron Rodgers, a couple mistakes by the Steelers, and they took advantage of it. You know what I mean? They got in good spots and went down the field. They did a good job at the end of the half of throwing those sideline passes to Chase, getting down the field, and they only had one timeout, getting into position, and kick that field goal right there. So, you know, Bengals took advantage. That's what you got to do. Take advantage of mistakes. But, you know, I still think the Steelers are going to win this thing. All right, we're going to come back from commercial over here in a second. But I'm going to grab a beer. But also check out the podcast. You know what I mean? The Matt Ramage Show, everywhere that you listen to podcasts, you listen to mine too. I'm going to grab a beer. Broom, broom. Cheers indeed. You know what I mean? It seems like a long halftime right here, doesn't it? Look, the Rams take on the Jaguars Sunday, 9:30 in the morning. That's Eastern time over there. Packers at Cardinals. Buccaneers Lions game should be a decent game. That's Monday night. We're going to be live streaming for that thing. You know what I mean? Beer running, you know, it needs to happen. You know what I mean? Needs to happen. Actually, it was a beer walk, technically. You know what I mean? But they're coming out here. We're going to, second half, going to be underway here soon. And we're going to see if the Steelers can pull this thing out. Down 7. Chase is a dog. Higgins too. Like they have the weapons. That's what sucks for Bengals fans. You have all the weapons, then your quarterback goes out. And you know, Joe Burrow, you know, you only get so many years of like, you know, prime, you know, top franchise quarterbacks. It sucks to lose them like that. So we got the start of the third quarter coming up over here. Last 4 games, Bengals in first half, 9 points, 0 touchdowns. Tonight, 17 points, 2 touchdowns. So, you know what I mean? 11 touchdown passes this season for Aaron Rodgers, most in first 6 games for Steelers. Well, there you go. And then quarterback comparison, 13 and 19, 118 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Rodgers, 14 and 21, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack for Joey Flacco over here. Who gets the ball over here? I think the Bengals get the ball, don't they?
Yeah, I think the Bengals get it because I think the Steelers got it to begin the game.
Yeah, pretty sure, yeah, because they went right down there and scored. They're going to get from the 5-yard line at the 10, 15, 20, at the 25. He's bouncing the right side. He's going to get to about the 30, 32-yard line. He falls down. And the Bengals, you know, they're in a position right here, dude. If they take advantage right here, they could put some distance away. A question, how do you see I'm a fellow lazy eye guy? Does it get better? It does not. It gets worse. my eyes got worse as older I got. I mean, I can see good. I can see it on my right eye. My left eye I don't see very good. And if I cover my right eye, it's all blurry and whatnot. So if I'm driving, I get something in my eye, I'm like, everyone's at risk right now. You know what I mean? But I can see all right. Here we go. Bengals going to be under center. Quick pass left side to Chase. He's going to make a guy miss, but he falls down, but he's still going to get about 5 yards. He had some room, too. If he could have stayed on his feet there, it was a good job by the defender.
That boy is good.
Yeah, he barely got him, too. If he could have stayed on his feet, he could have been, I don't know how far he got. Yeah, but he'd have got some. He'd have got a chunk right there. But we have an injury on the field. 2nd down and 5. That's Slay. Darius Slay, 13th season, 6-time Pro Bowl selection. Super Bowl champion with Eagles. Tomlin, he's that. All righty. 14:38 to go in the third quarter. Come out of this injury timeout. Joe Flacco's in shit again. He's got Brown to his left. Kenda still. We need a TJ Watt tackle over here for my pick, my prize picks over here. Joe Flacco in shotgun. He's play action. He's looking to throw. He's got Chase. That's going to be short of a first down, but a nice little gain there. That was 2nd and 5. It's going to be 3rd down and about 1, maybe 1.5. Here we go. 307 folks watching live across all the places. Appreciate you. Hammer to chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Here we are, 17-10, 3rd down and 2. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. They keep showing TJ Watt. Get a tackle. Get a tackle right here. 3rd down and 2. Here we go. Flacco scanning the field. They need 2 yards. They're going to hand this thing off up the middle, and he's going to get that first down to about the 45-yard line. Rushing yards, 102 yards. What's up? What's up, Philly? What's up, Philly? How you doing over there in Philly? Yeah, dude, the Bengals are doing a lot better right now than they have all season. Here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got Brown to his right. They're at the 45-yard line. He's going to hand this thing off. He's going to run this thing left side. Gets a hole. He's going to get past the 50. Down for about a 7-yard gain. And the Bengals are rolling right here. They're in Pittsburgh territory. What's up, Tron? How you doing? How you doing? We're having a good time over here. You know what I mean? Thursday night football. So they're going to be about on the other side of the 50. About 47 yards to go to the end zone. Good job just like staying behind his blockers, just seeing where he taking what he can get. 6 rushes, 81 yards for Brown in this game. Flacco is going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. Steelers defense got to come after us, make a play right here. And they're not going to. Chase has got a completion, and now he's running. He's going to get to about the 33-yard line. If he could have broke that tackle, he would have been gone. I love the Packers. I also love the Packers. You know what I mean? I'm watching Aaron Rodgers over here, you know, not in this particular drive, but not playing that great today. 2 interceptions, which you don't see very often. But we're going to see if he can come back. But the Bengals are rolling right here. If the Bengals get a touchdown right here, and Chase is just absolutely balling, I think I'm going to lose my prize pick because Flacco's really throwing the ball over here. He's got 153 passing yards in this one. Chase has 85 receiving yards. Flacco's in shotgun, empty backfield, back to throw. That's going to be completed to Chase. He's got the first down inside the 20-yard line. They need to stop throwing the ball, dude. Any chance you can get Mark Murphy on your podcast to talk Packers? Not looking good. You know what I mean? Now he's retired. Now I think he's working with UWGB possibly. I don't know how I'd reach out to him, but I've tried before. But we will see. Maybe someday. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be awesome to talk to Mark Murphy. Here we go. First down and 10. 11 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown for Chase. And this Bengals offense is rolling. Their play clock's down to 3, 2, 1. And that's going to be a snap. All right, that was close, but they're going to hand this thing off, run up the middle for a couple yards. 10:55 to go in the third quarter. So 10:47 to go. The clock is ticking. 2nd down and 7, dude. They're going to need the Patrick Queen right there. That's the guy that everyone wanted the Packers to draft back in the day. They still talk about it. So total yards, 273 for the Bengals, 183 for the Steelers. And they are in the red zone over here. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. He's back to throw. He's got pressure. He's rolling left. Now he's going to yeet this thing out of the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, and just gets rid of that thing. And that's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
I'm not sure he tried the corner. All right, so Brown gets subbed out. 8-play drive, 53 yards, 4:44 off the clock. The Bengals got a nice little just drive just consistently going down the field over here. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Can they hold them for a field goal and make this a 10-point game? Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. He's back to throw. Quick pass, and that's going to be completed for a 1st down. That's the key right there, dude. They're just getting those quick passes off. No, it's going to be short of a 1st down. Under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, you almost had it. You got to be quicker than that.
4th down and 1. Flacco's on the offense, still on the field. And they are indeed going for it right here. Flacco's going to be under center. He's got a man in the back. It looks like they're just going to try to run this thing up the middle. Oh, no, they're going to quarterback sneak this thing. Old man Joe Flacco gets through for the 1st down, but no, they're saying this play never happened. Did the Bengals call a timeout? Yeah, they're challenging the spot. So, all right. So they're going to challenge this thing right here. They would have got that 1st down, though. He might have it. It's going to be very, very close. It's all right. Just says, you think Watson comes back this Sunday or next week against the Steelers? I think next week. Yeah, I don't think it's me this week. I think next week is going to be the soonest that he'll come back. And when he does, bro, it's going to be good. You know what I mean? We have a plan to review. We're going to go to commercial right here. We'll be right back. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, try this. It's my favorite. Thanks. Whoa, wait. Be careful. I just mopped there.
Yeah, just these. Russell, I swear I see you everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy. See you next time.
Any news, Dan?
Not yet.
I love you.
We're here for you. Kwik Trip.
Alrighty, here we go. 17-10 ball game. We're under review over here. They are still at commercials. But what do you think? Do you think he got it? Do you think it's going to be overturned? Do you think what are we thinking here?
I'm thinking it's going to be overturned. He looked like he was on the line.
Yeah, it looked like it was very, very close. Looked closer than you know. Let's see. We're coming back over here. No, it was short. The knee's down right there. It's hard to see all the way down the line. Extremely close, though.
And that's why I'm not a referee or coach in the NFL.
Yeah, and it's 4th and inches over here. They would have got it. So they're going to try that same thing again. And,
here comes the old Flacco smacko play.
You know what I mean? So we go, Flacco's going to be under center here. Are they going to try to sneak this thing again, or are they going to try to run it? I think that he's going to hand it off this time. Nope, and I'm wrong again. That's going to be a quarterback sneak, and that's going to be a first down for the Cincinnati Bengals over here. And they're going to be inside the 10-yard line over here. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. It's first down and goal.
That was the Flacco butt smacko play.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they did not kick it there. Yeah, Flacco, dude, 40 years old. He's still quarterback sneaking. You know what I mean? 10-play drive, 61 yards, 6:05 off the clock. It's first and goal. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. He's going to hand this thing off. He's going to go up the middle inside the 5-yard line. But that's as far as he's going to get. About the 5-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal. 8:40 to go in the third quarter. Yeah, dude. I would think the Steelers would be up big right here, Aaron. You know what I mean? But right now 17-10, Bengals knocking on the door. This is tough because I even at halftime I still said I think the Steelers are going to win this thing, but the Bengals go right down here. If they can get a touchdown here, they put the Steelers in a tough spot, and they kind of changes their game plan. Down 2 touchdowns, really got to start yeeting that thing. Here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. He's back to throw. He's throwing right side towards the end zone. That thing is knocked down. Good defense over here. That's that Ramsey. Third and goal. Tended for Higgins.
Oh, you almost had it.
Almost.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah, that was a good route by Higgins. That was he just got a fingertip on there. He just laid out for that thing. Got his hand in there and knocked that thing away. Good defense right there. So we go third down and goal. 8:04 to go in the third quarter. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. And he's back to throw. He's got time. He's rolling right. He's trying to, he throws it to the dirt. He was trying to wait for someone to pop open, but that wasn't going to happen. He just throws in the dirt. It's fourth down and goal. So I think they held him. They're going to be kicking a field goal over here.
You get nothing.
Let's check out this route by Jamar Chase over here. That's where he was looking, but they had him locked up. Yeah, they had a few guys on him. So fourth and goal. Going to have a field goal attempt over here. 23-yard field goal attempt. Should be an easy field goal over here. And it's up. It's good. I try to jinx him, you know what I mean? Could be an easy one. So that's going to be 20-10. We got ourselves a 10-point ball game, but that's the best scenario for the Steelers. Not go up 2 touchdowns, 10 points. They're going to want to go down here and get some points. They're at timeout over here, a commercial break anyway. 7:55 to go in the third quarter. 10-point ball game. And we need to, I won't say we because it ain't me, but Steelers need to get something going right here. Let's make this a ball game a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. After that long drive, that's a win for the Steelers defense right there.
Oh, yeah, to hold them to 3 and make it a 10-point game instead of a 2-touchdown game kind of gives you more. I'm going to say gives you more out. It kind of makes you feel a little bit more optimistic, I think, if you're that offense. You get a touchdown right here. You're only down 3 points. So we're going to see what they can do over here. Joe Flacco still got it. Let me check the old prize picks I got over here. I think Joe Flacco's going to kill me. I took the under on Flacco. It says he's at 129 yards if this is accurate. I took the under on 235.5 passing yards. So hopefully they start running this ball. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers, 223.5 passing yards. I took the over. He's at 118 right now. So we need to stop. And DK Metcalf needs to get touchdowns. So Rodgers needs to start slanging that thing and might as well throw it to DK Metcalf for a touchdown. You know what I mean? And then TJ Watt, I took the over on 4 tackles. It says he's got 0 right now. So here comes the return. He's at the 10, 15, 20, cuts it up. He's at the 30. He gets past the 35 to the 40-yard line. And that's a big-time return in the NFL these days. You know what I mean? Get to the 40-yard line. So let's see what the Steelers offense can get going right here. They're showing the highlights over here. The Bengals offense, and they've been tearing it up. Chase especially, he's been getting after it. I think Joe Flacco likes him. Having Chase and Higgins is a big difference from being on the Browns. So it's 1st and 10, 7:48 to go in the third quarter. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offense out here. Here we go. Rodgers going to be under center. He's got a man in the backfield, just shy of the 40-yard line. He's going to pitch this thing. He's going to run it right up the middle. And he's going to have about 4 or 5 yards right there on first down. $310 folks watching live across all the places. I appreciate you tuning in. Thursday night football. Tomorrow night we'll be live streaming for the Milwaukee Brewers game. So, right now they're down 0-3 in that series. Tomorrow it's win or done. So hopefully they can, start the streak right now. But so come hang out with us tomorrow night. But here we go. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. It's 2nd down and 5. 7:09 to go in the third quarter. He's going to pitch this thing right side. He's going to try to get a hole right here. Make some dudes miss. And that's going to be a first down to about 50-yard line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Inside 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. Warren's got 10 rushes, 56 yards. He's been getting after it a little bit in this game. All right, first possession in the second half. Let's see what the Steelers can do over here. Rodgers going to be under center. Warren's in the backfield. And the Steelers are in a spot right here, halfway through the third quarter. They got to get something happening here. They're at midfield. Rodgers under center is making, I think, some line changes or whatever. He's going to pitch this thing. He's going to try to bounce this thing right side. And he's got a hole. He's got the first down. He's still moving. He's inside the 30-yard line as he runs out about the 25-yard line. And Warren with a big-time run. I'd rather a pass right there to help out my prize picks, but the Steelers will take it. They don't care about my prize picks. So this is like an interesting run play. Like how they pitch it, and they'll pitch it and go right up the middle. This was right side a little bit. But good run by Warren over here. Gets knocked out of bounds, though.
That boy is good.
That boy good. 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Here we go. Rodgers going to be under center. This looks like another running formation right here. Obviously, they could pass out of it. That wide receiver out there. But they're going to pitch this thing left side. And that's going to be about a 2 or 3 yard gain there. That's going to be 2nd down. $5:30 to go in the third quarter. Here we go. Dude, the Steelers 4-1, down 10 points to the 2-4 Bengals. But I think that record is kind of off-putting because Joe Flacco, I think with these receivers, these weapons on this Bengals team, they're going to get some stuff done. The Packers played them. Obviously, it was Flacco's first game, but I think the more games he plays, the more comfortable he gets with his offense. Obviously, he's doing all right today. 2nd down and 8. Rodgers in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. And now, they're inside the 25-yard line here. He's going to toss this thing left side and miscommunication, and that's incomplete.
Just a bit outside.
I think that was miscommunication or he was just throwing it away. I don't know. But either way, it was way over thrown. Not thrown to him. It might have been miscommunication because that dude went to the sideline. What's up? I'm late. How we doing? Didn't expect this score. What's up? My lone Twitch watcher, you know what I mean? But yeah, we didn't expect this really. But here we are, 10-point game. 3rd down and 8 though. Rodgers and the Steelers offense, they're on the move though, inside the 25-yard line. Rodgers in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. 3rd down. He's back to throw. Quick pass. That's going to be completed. And he's going to get to the first down. He takes a little leap. And that was a great play by Wilson right here. Something about Rodgers getting beat since he left us gives me a little bit of satisfaction. Not me. I mean, I don't really care overall. I mean, I'm rooting for him. Here we go. Rodgers back to throw. That's going to be a flag on a play, and that's going to be incomplete. But there's a flag before that pass was even thrown. No, but I still got all for Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean? If I'm not quite paying attention, I hear Rodgers, cadence, and have a double check, you know what I mean? 4:36 to go in the third quarter. The refs are on the field discussing his flag here. The Bengals coach is like, no, absolutely not. Let's see what they're going to call this thing. Both teams got fouls. Illegal shift on the offense. Offsides on the defense. Oh. Those penalties offset. So they had 2 penalties. They had too many people on the field too. I don't like the offsetting penalties. It could be like an egregious penalty, but if there's one over here that's like a 5-yard penalty, they're like, no, they offset. So I don't know. Yeah, so they did get too many people on the field over here. But because they had an offensive penalty, it doesn't matter. First down and 10, though. Rodgers in shotgun. He's got Warren to his left. They're about the 10-yard line. Here we go. Rodgers going to play action. Looking to throw. Tosses his thing on tight end screen, and he can't get away. He got his feet all wobbled up, and they're going to be down to the 18, 19-yard line, and that was a big-time loss. That's second down.
Boom! He's on his back.
There's no first down.
Feel that one tomorrow.
Whatever in goal, so it's going to be second down in about 8. Is it? Let me check to make sure. I don't think that they can get a first down. Yeah, I don't think they can get a first down over here. Second and 18, there you go. And that's going to be completed. Incomplete. Dude, I don't know. This Steelers offense is junk right now. They are not doing anything. Third down and 18, inside 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. And just throwing this like this wide receiver screen. I don't like that at all in that spot. Like, go towards the end zone, dude. Rodgers is fired up. He's not happy with this current situation. And we have an injury on the Bengals. 8-play drive, 42 yards, 3:56 off the clock. And there's an injury timeout. That doesn't look good. He's really grabbing at that leg.
That time of the game where we're going to play Read Aaron's Lips. What's Aaron saying?
Sometimes you can tell. We're going to see. They got that. They're handling that injury right there. But check out some cool merch over there. You know what I mean? TheMattRamage.com. We got the good merch. You know, we got this one right here. And this is check out TheMattRamage.com. We have all types of cool merch. We got the Thank You Jerry. We got the Green Bay Parsons. We got the Buzzed Up hoodies. We got the Hangover hoodie. We got all types. We got the Bears Still Suck. We got Victory Monday. We got all types of good stuff over at the merch shop. So go ahead and check it out. And he's jogging off the field, going into the tunnel. So hopefully he's all right. Maybe hopefully it's just a cramp, and they're going to go in there and work that thing out.
Miracles, yes.
Third down and 18, 3:59 to go in the third quarter. Bengals fans are jacked up, dude. They're having a good time over here. Aaron Rodgers and this Steelers offense. Third down and 18. And that 18 is the end zone. So it's touchdown and nothing right here. But they're not going to try to get crazy, I would assume, because a field goal still helps them. But Rodgers, he's throwing it. And he's throwing it towards the end zone. It's a touchdown! Aaron Rodgers! And he's looking to give that ball away. I don't know. He was going to leap. I think he was going to try it. Pittsburgh Steelers gets down the 9-play drive, 61 yards, 4 minutes off the clock. And I wasn't sure what they're going to do here. I didn't like that last play call. But right here, this is what I thought they should have done the first time. Nice little post over here. Yeah, that was just a beautiful throwing ball. Found that soft spot. Good catch. Good route. Just a good play right there. 3:55 to go in the third quarter. Here comes the extra point. It's up. And it's going to be good. I almost blocked it right there. You know what I mean? So first touchdown of the season for that dude, they said. All right. So here we go. 3:55 to go. End of the third. Or not end of the third. We're in the third quarter. And now we're going to commercial. You know what I mean? I will too. I think I'm going to grab another beer. I might chug this one. You know what I mean?
This is the last bag of chips.
I'd fight my own grandmother for just one.
ice chips and soda.
I'll go tell coffee and donuts.
Mm-mm.
Attention. Have you or a loved one been seriously... forget that. Let's do this Nicolet Law style and give the people what they want.
It's Nicolet! It's Nicolet! Nicolet Law!
Billboards, baby! But here we go. We got ourselves a 3-point ball game. Dude, we have ourselves a good game right here. You know, Steelers falling behind to start this thing off, but they take it back within 3. 17-20 ball game. Let's see what the Bengals can do. They're going to come back, and I think Joe Flacco is probably going to come out here and just screw me on my prize picks over here. But all right, what we got over here? Joe Flacco screwing me right here, but hopefully they can shut it down over here. But TJ Watt too, you know, killing me over here. 3:55 to go in the third quarter. 3:55 to go in the third quarter. 3-point ball game. We have the kickoff coming up. Are we going to have a return? We are from about the 6-yard line. He's at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's back to 30. About the 33-yard line as far as he's going to get in the right sideline over there. Look at how it started. The week 1 starting quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers. And look at that, Cooper Rush now and Tyler Huntley, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco switched to the Bengals, and then Aaron Rodgers still in there. So, yeah, the AFC North they're struggling over here at quarterback. But, I mean, the Browns are going to struggle at quarterback no matter what. That's just what they do. You know what I mean? And they get that one dude like $1 billion. First down and 10. Here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. Can the Steelers defense shut this down? He's going to throw it off on the flat to the running back, and that's going to be completed for a loss of about 3 yards.
You get nothing.
You get nothing. You get nothing. Actually, you get less than nothing. You get negative 3 yards on that one. That's going to be second down. 3:33 to go in the third quarter. Joe Flacco on the bench over here. Got the headset on, got the boot on. Here we go. Second.
That's actually Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. What did I say?
You said Joe Flacco.
Did I say Joe Flacco?
You did. You got Flacco on your mind.
I do. Anyway, here we go. Joe Flacco is going to be in shotgun. Man to his left. That's why he's on my mind. He's on the field over here. Back to throw. Tosses this thing right side. That's going to be completed to Higgins. Just short of the 40-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 3. That's what's good about having a producer. When I say something stupid and I say something wrong to someone to chime in, be like, hey. You know, it's funny because like, I'll say something stupid or wrong, and then I'll be like going to bed, and just before I fall asleep, I'm like, oh, did I say that? That was wrong. Like the stupidest thing, but it bothers me. Here we go, third down and 4. We should start calling out some plays right here. Let's see if I can do like some. Maybe Tony Romo does that sometimes. Joe Flacco's gonna throw it to Chase right here. I bet he's back to throw. He's throwing it deep, and it's intended for not Chase. I was wrong, but it's completed. Close to the 20-yard line. Big-time play for the Bengals here. And Flacco is totally screwing me in my prize picks. I apologize to him. I should have took the over on that. So they're kind of bringing the heat over here. The pressure really doesn't get there. I mean, he got there, but not in time. And that was just a beautiful thrown pass. He led him inside. There was no one there. He threw it to right where he could like kind of let his receiver. Good play right here for the Bengals. Joe Flacco, he's like, I still got it, bud. Here we go, Flacco. How many yards you got? 216 yards. Yeah, I'm cooked on my prize picks. But that's going to be a toss to Higgins, and that's going to be to about the 18-yard line. He goes down. That's going to be second down. Yeah, my prize pick was like that. I could have won 1,800. That's why it was so high, though, because the likelihood of those picks were not good. 23 of 33, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he had 223. I took the under. So if he doesn't get one more yard, I'm in a good spot right here. You know what I mean? 235 and a half. So you can get about 10 more yards. Here we go. Flacco's going to be under center. Ball at the 17-yard line. He's back to throw. That's going to be completed. Chase on a little slant. And that's going to be a first down to about the 8-yard line. Oh, my goodness, dude. Flacco and this Bengals offense is cooking. Yeah, dude. Darius Slay's out there. But, dude, Chase, dude, you're not covering him. Especially on those slants. Those slants are just so easy. And that's Aaron Rodgers, bread and butter. That's what he grew up on. 6,002 receiving yards. 5th player in NFL history to reach 6,000 in less than 70 games. So, shout out to Jamar Chase. Flacco's back to throw, and he's going to get this thing off left side. Incomplete, intended for Brown. Wasn't able to get it there, though. 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. Yeah, Joe Burrow was Joe Cool, but Flacco was getting after today. 0 rushes this drive and 6 passes. They must know I need Flacco to not throw the ball for my prize picks. They're like, we're not going to run it. We're only going to throw it from now on. Here we go. Second down and go. Joe Flacco is in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. And they're going to hand this thing off. This is going to be a run up the middle. Inside the 5-yard line is where he's going to end. And that's going to be third down and goal from about the 5-yard line, maybe 4.5. See where they mark that thing. But the Steelers got to hold him for a field goal right here. Hold him for a field goal. It's 23-17. You're a 1-score game. Touchdown turns into another thing because the third quarter is coming to an end right here.
You think Rodgers is making old man noises on the sideline?
End of the third, and Philly boy woke up. You know what I mean? Shout out to Philly boy. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna go to commercial. One more. I don't know if one more, but we got the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back. You know what I mean?
Hi, have you seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
What?
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolet.
All right, Jerry, we are back. 3-point ball game over here. Shout out to Kwik Trip. You know, they got that bake sale going on, so go ahead and check that out. And just let everyone know, next Thursday, I don't think we're going to be doing a live stream. We got to figure out the timing, but I'm going to be in Milwaukee doing a podcast with Nicolet Law. So I probably ain't going to be doing a stream. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to see what game it is, what time the podcast. I don't know the exact time frame everything is right yet. So I don't know if I'll be back in time or if back in time to actually get ready, especially I might be tired if I'm driving all the way, so I might just not do it. We're going to see. Joe Flacco, they're going to be at the 5-yard line. He's in shotgun, back to throw. He's looking. That's going to be a touchdown for the Cincinnati Bengals. He yeets that thing in the air, and that's going to be a big-time play opening the fourth quarter, and the Bengals getting a touchdown. And, dude, 26-17 ball game, 8-play drive, 67 yards, 3:58 off the clock. Man, that's easy for you to say. This Bengals team is really, they're getting after it, dude. In that spot right there, it'd be really easy to fail, kick a field goal, really keep the Steelers in this game. But to get a touchdown, now they got extra point coming up right here. Have a chance to go up 10. Play clock's down to 2. The kick is up. The kick is good. And we have ourselves a 10-point ball game yet again. And now the Steelers are going to get a chance, but dude, 10 points. Start of the fourth quarter. Steelers have to start getting it together, and they have to score some points, and they have to play some defense. So far, defense is really not getting after. Aaron says Steelers won't win. I picked the Steelers to win, and I picked them to win again at halftime. You know what I mean? But we're going to see. What's up, Philip boy? He said the scoreboard. You know what I mean? Well, we on that thing. Do the Steelers win this? Dude, I don't know. I'm sticking with them. You know what I mean? We're at the start of the fourth quarter. I'm sticking with the Steelers. I think they're going to win this game. It's not going to be easy. They have a 10-point ball game. Bengals are rolling. There's no reason to think the Bengals won't continue to roll. So, I'll stick with it. Flacco ties Tom Brady for most regular season touchdown passes, 30, 3-9. Oh, versus the Steelers. I was like, what's going on here? Joe Flacco versus the Steelers. So he ties Brady on that regard. You know what I mean? So we got ourselves a 10-point ball game. Bengals are about to kick this thing off. And here comes the kick. Is it cloudy in there? What's going on, dude? Am I seeing fuzzy? Let me wipe off the old goggles. We're going to have to return here to about the 26-yard line. Why does it look so...
It's definitely foggy or smoky there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like did they have some like technotronic? What is that with the fireworks, or whatever? That seems a little foggy there, but it's not like we're after half, so I don't understand. But anyways, but yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'll talk about that after.
Yeah, but you're right about next Thursday being pressed for time because he's also got me bugging him because he's driving down in my neck of the woods, and I'm like, I want to meet up with him, and I got equipment for him, and I want to meet up with him, and
yeah, that's
whining. I'm whining,
We're going to see. Here we go. Rodgers under center. He's going to pitch this thing right side. And that's going to be a first down. He's still keeping it moving. Warren's on his feet. He's at the 50-yard line. He's past it. And I think he might have got to about the 35-yard line. Big-time play. And that's what the Steelers need right here. They need a quick score. They need to not have too much time go off the clock. Big-time play right there. I got to see where they're at exactly. They started this play inside the 30-yard line. He pitched this thing right side. Huge, massive hole. Good job by the offensive line. And he kept her moving over here, took that arm tackle and said, get out of here with that. And they're going to be about the 36-yard line. 36 yards to go to the end zone. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. He's got Warren, I believe, to his right. Rodgers, quick pass left side, and he's going to make some dudes miss. It's going to be a first down. He's still on his feet. He goes out of bounds. Takes that hit late, but, that's not a penalty. I see the fans. I hear the fans booing or whatnot. But I don't like those short little donkey plays. You know what I mean? That they're doing. It's almost like you're playing scared. The Packers do this sometimes. Just these quick screens all day. You know what I mean? It worked right there. So,
well, that's a big tight end he's got right there.
He is. Too. That's a big boy right there.
That's a very big boy. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be in shotgun. He's got a man to his left, 1st and 10. He's going to throw the same thing, but he's going to go to the right side this time, and he's chewed up on that one. He's going to fall forward about a half a yard.
You get nothing.
All right, so I think they're trying to hurry up a little bit. I wouldn't say hurry up, but no huddle. Maybe they're not. Maybe they'll huddle. No, they are huddling.
Flacco's on the sideline, like, come on, guys, hurry. Matlock is on tonight.
Rodgers is 18, 26, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 13 rushes, 119 yards for Warren. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Rodgers looks dialed in right here. All right, they're inside the 20-yard line. Rodgers, quick pass, the same thing. They're doing these screen passes. He goes to the outside, and that's going to get him about 5, 6, 7 yards. It's working. That's to Metcalf. So, I mean, it's working. You got to work it, but I don't like those. But, you know, you can't argue if it's working. It's 3rd down now, though. I don't know, like, I don't know, like, their thought process on this. Like, to me, you got to take some shots, dude. You got DK Metcalf. You got some guys. You got Aaron Rodgers. It's 3rd down and 4 here. 12:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Rodgers in shotgun. He's got Warren to his left. At the 12-yard line, he's back to throw a quick pass. It's going to be a 1st down to their big boy tight end, and he's going to be inside the 5-yard line. That's a giant man. That's Washington over here. All right, let's get it's fireworks smoke from the touchdown over here. But here we go. Jesse says, where did everyone go for National Cheese Curd Day yesterday? I went to Simon Cheese in Little Chute. I didn't celebrate that particular holiday, but we're gonna have a run over here by Warren. I think he's gonna get to about the 2-yard line. But yeah, it was National Cheese Curd. I'm not a big cheese curd guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I work at a cheese factory. I see cheese curds every single day. I don't work at a cheese curd factory. I work at they do string cheese. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? I'm buying under confidentiality. But that's how cheese starts, as cheese curd. You know what I mean? We have like, I can't say because you know I don't know how much, I don't know what I could say. I know that there's like a gag order over there. Don't talk about the cheese. 2nd down and goal. Here we go. 11:14 to go in the 4th quarter. It's a 10-point ball game. If the Steelers can score right here, there's a lot of time left, and they can get some stuff going. Rodgers under center. He's got a block over there. That's gonna be a touchdown for the Steelers. You do a little play action. The running back with that key block, and that's gonna be a touchdown for the Steelers. Darnell Washington. That's a large human being, dude. That guy's like 7'5". Like, I don't know how much he weighs, but like that's a large man. And I mean that respectfully. I'm not body shaming. You know what I mean? I can't say Mr. Professional. I ain't trying to get fired on my day off. No, I work today. It's not my day off. But you know what I mean? But supervisors, people I work with watch this stuff. Oh, here comes the extra point. It's good. You guys want to hear a funny story real quick? Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. Even if they go to commercial, I'm going to hang out right here. One of the supervisors at my job said to me today, he said, hey, I tuned into your live stream last night. I must have caught at the perfect moment because you were saying, I got to go to work. I ain't got no sick days. And I was at work, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's quite a few supervisors, different people at my job who watch this stuff. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to you guys. My neighbor, he watches. His wife came out the other day. I came home and she's like, hey, you know, Frank's in the house watching. He watches. So shout out to everyone who watches, whether you're my neighbor, you work with me, strangers, Philly boy, you know what I mean? Travis over here. All the people in the chat, I appreciate you. All right.
Doesn't your neighbor think you're going to have a heart attack too?
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, looks like you're about to have a heart attack whenever something big happens. They're probably not watching right now. You know, it's Thursday Night Football. You know, I mean, I think they watch Packers stuff. But send Philly boy some cheese, supervisors. Yeah. Hey, I can get cheese. I mean, I had to pay for it, but you know, I mean, unless they look at it, oh man, I'm just kidding. Oh, mess around, get fired on a live stream.
You can't talk about the cheese. You can't hand out the cheese. You can't cut the cheese. Nothing.
No, they allow us to cut it. You know what I mean? Got to cut the cheese every now and again. Last time I saw a guy that big was Big Dog, aka Mercedes Lewis from the Packers. Yeah, he does seem like, you know, that type of large, because tight ends are huge, right? I remember meeting Tom Crabtree, and Tom Crabtree's not at that level of, you know, of massiveness. was that dude. But Tom Crabtree was a huge. I remember that was the first thing I seen. Like when I met him in person, I was like, dude, you are gigantic. And he was like, I'm actually kind of small for a tight end. But like in person, dude, they're just massive. Like I met like obviously Preston Smith. And those guys, they're just gigantic just being next to him. Or he was like Rashawn Gary. Like Rashawn Gary fist bumped me at that charity softball game I was at. And like when I fist bumped him, like he just came at me. And like all I saw was his fist. I couldn't even see his face anymore. When he put his fist up, it was just like, and then my fist bump, it was like fist bumping a baby. That's what it was for him. This is fist bumping me. But yeah. Where is the whiskey? All right, we do have some whiskey over here. No, this is brandy. No, we got brandy and we got vodka. Let's give a shout out right here. We ain't got no whiskey, but we got brandy and vodka. We got Barron's brandy. All right, we have a kickoff over here. I don't think we're going to have a return. It's going to be a touchback. And then we got Ryan Rubel over here, that Chedka vodka. That Chedka vodka, you can get that at Stadium View. They're selling it at festival all over the place. So shout out to him. And Barron's brandy, you're getting that like everywhere. Anywhere. Let's put it right here for now. Put it right here. My wife will come down here and see me sit next to a bottle of brandy and a bottle of vodka. I told her I'm taking it easy tonight. Don't worry about it. But shout out to Charlie Barron. Shout out to Ryan Rubel. They got their own alcohol over here. I want to get my own alcohol. What should I call it if I ever did? You know, oh, that's the picture. That's the picture when I met Crabtree. That wasn't the first time I met him, but that was the time. I will talk about that in a second. Here we go. We're going to have a run over here. Bengals left side, and they're going to get – no, he bounces it. He bounces it towards the sideline. That's going to be a first down for the Bengals. So speaking of this picture, right? So on Twitter, Tom Crabtree said, I'm going to be at the mall. I'm going to be at the mall, and I'm going to, you know, if you want to see the Super Bowl ring, this and that is after the Super Bowl, like that, you know, right after that summer or whatever. And so I was like, hey, told my kids, hey, you guys want to go be the Super Bowl champion? I knew Crabtree a little bit from Twitter, and I met him before that, you know what I mean? So he knew me a little bit. So we went down there. As I'm at the mall, you know, waiting, you know, I saw that hat, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I need to get that hat. Look good. It didn't look good. I kind of regret that purchase, but here we go. Flacco play action. And he's going to roll right. He's going to toss this thing. He's got his man, and that's going to be a first down. He's scampering down the field to about the 45-yard line. He goes out of bounds. But I will say this about Tom Crabtree at that thing, right? Because my kids were there. My kids were all excited. A lot of kids were there, and the media was there because he put it on Twitter. He's going to be at the mall, so kind of a lot of people showed up. But Crabtree, like whenever a kid was there, it doesn't matter if he was talking to media, talking to people, trying to interview him, and you know, all that stuff, get quotes from him. Whenever a kid was around, he like stopped and he like talked to the kids and let them, you know, look at the ring and touch the ring and all that. So shout out to Tom Crabtree, absolute good dude. And shout out to his son. Tom Crabtree's son is playing football now. You've seen highlights. You follow him on Instagram. Here we go. Flacco's back to throw. Oh, that ball got bobbled. And the Steelers jump on it, but I think that was a forward pass, even though they're trying to pretend it was a fumble. But shout out to Tommy Crabtree. His son, I think his son's name is, like, I forget. But it's on Instagram, so I wouldn't say it if it was a secret or whatever. I don't think he's hiding. But he shared his stuff on Instagram. But so check out Tommy Crabtree's Instagram. I think it's like Brace or something. Isn't his son's name? Brace or something. Now it's going to bother me. But shout out to Tommy Crabtree. He's an absolute awesome dude, legend. And his kid's going to have a big future in football as well. 2nd and 10. Here we go. Flacco's going to toss this thing left side. That's to Chase. That didn't hit the ground. I thought it did. They're obviously not, but that's going to be a gain of about 5. You think Tom Crabtree's son could have a better football career than Tommy Crabtree? I'm sure Tom Crabtree hopes so. You know what I mean? Make it to the league, become a Super Bowl champion. But here we go. Do you supply the cheese for Kwik Trip and Kwik Trip mac and cheese? Oh wait, you can't say some kind of confidentiality clause. No, we rock out that string cheese. You know where I work. You know what I mean? That's why I'll be cutting that thing. I'll be cutting the cheese a little bit. Flacco back to throw. He's and tosses. That's me a first down, middle of the field chase, and he's still moving. He hits the circle button. He's going to be inside the 25-yard line over here. Yeah, defense is not getting after it for the Steelers right here. The Bengals offense, dude, they're just cooking them. Let's just be honest here. What's up, Faith? How you doing? We making smoked string cheese? No, we make that good string cheese, baby. I don't like smoked cheese. I've tried it because, like, even where I work, back in the day, they used to do a lot of tests and stuff. 18 targets for Jamar Chase, 14 receptions, 128 yards and a touchdown, most in NFL this season for the targets. But yeah, I don't like really smoke cheese. But here we go. We're gonna run up the middle by the Bengals by Brown, and that's gonna be just short of a first down. But that's a big time play. The Bengals are not playing in this game. You know what I mean? I mean, they are playing, but you know what I mean? They're not messing around. They're not going down. They're down. Bengals are up 3 points. The Steelers defense needs to get something done. Joe Flacco, 28-40, 281 yards, 3 touchdowns. I took the under on his yardage, so I got jacked on that. I should have yelled out like that. My wife's sleeping like right up here.
And Steelers defense looks gassed.
Yeah, they're not having a good time. They just walked into a buzzsaw. 2nd and 3. Flacco's in shotgun. He's got a man to his right. And he's going to be running this thing up. He's trying to get the first down. There's a flag on a play. I assume that's going to be a holding on the offense, but he did not get the first down at all. Oh, yeah, and also there's a flag on the play. So 10-yard penalty, holding on the offense. Yeah, that was definitely a hold. And that play wouldn't have happened without it. That's why he held that Brown. He would have got soaked up if he didn't hold. So 2nd and 13, 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter. And also before this play starts, Tom Crabtree, speaking to him, my son did a report on Tom Crabtree because I knew him. I'm like, hey, can my son interview you on Twitter DM? And he did, and he got an A on that. So shout out to Tom Crabtree on that too. Here we go. Flacco's in shotgun, empty backfield. Back to throw. That's going to be an incomplete to Chase. Chase dropped that thing. 3rd down and 13. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about Tom Crabtree. When I first started my podcast, he was like the only person that would talk to me. So like Tom Crabtree is a reason I kind of grew, and other people thought it's okay to talk to this kind of podcast because Crabtree does, you know what I mean? And then obviously I got Clint Dix. I had other people as well. Like Aaron Nagler came on early on when nobody wanted to talk to me. Andy Herman, you know what I mean? And at that time, when I was talking to those people, I was like, holy crap, this is like the biggest thing in the world. But here we go, 3rd down and 13. Flacco's going to be in shotgun, empty backfield, back to throw. He's thrown it deep. Oh, incomplete. He was, I wouldn't say deep, but he was looking for the sideline about the 10-yard line. No flag. Higgins wanted it. It's 4th down and 13, and the Steelers needed that badly.
You get nothing.
You get nothing. You know what I mean? Here we go. Philly Boy says 31-30 Rodgers and Pittsburgh win. I think so. I'm still calling that win. You know what I mean? We always stopped on the way home from the Packers game and load up on cheese curds. Love me some curds. You know what I mean? Fully loaded. Go Pack. Go. Here we go. We're going to have ourselves a 40-yard field goal attempt over here. If they can somehow miss this, and they're not going to, right down the old middle over here, it's going to be a 30-24 ball game, but this is in Steelers' favor. So we're set up for a wild finish inside 7 minutes, 6:58 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to go to commercial, and then we're going to come back and watch the Steelers win a football game. You know what I mean? We're going to have ourselves a wild finish today, baby.
Hey, man, try this. It's my favorite. Thanks. Whoa, wait. Be careful, I just mopped there.
Yeah, just these. Russell, I swear I see you everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy. See you next time.
The Ultimate fan would know that the Packers played their first ever road game in Ishpeming, Michigan.
An Ultimate fan would know that Coach LaFleur was the 15th head coach and that he won 7 out of his first 8 games.
If anyone should decide who the ultimate Packers fan is, I should make that call. Coach LaFleur. Could you make the cut and become the Kwik Trip Ultimate Packers fan presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar?
One lucky fan will win a prize pack that includes $50,000 and 2 tickets to every Packers home and away game next season. Full rules at kwiktrip.com/sweepstakes.
All righty. We have 332 folks watching live across all the places, including 2 people on Twitch. So shout out to Twitch over here. And yeah, Philly Boy, before we went to the commercial, he said 31-30 Rodgers and Pittsburgh win. I kind of think so right here. They're down 24-30 right now. I feel like, this is a perfect situation that they want, how this game has gone. But they still have a chance. 6:58 to go in the fourth quarter. A touchdown gives them the lead with the extra point. Let's see what Jesse's talking about. I thought it was super cool that you had the legendary Wes on your podcast a while back. Definitely jealous because I've always wanted to meet him, but never got the chance to. I almost got his autograph at the draft, but they cut the line off and I didn't get his. He was over there just giving out autographs, huh? Wes Hotchkiss is an absolute legend. We're going to have a return here from the 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to get to the 25. He's trying to cut it to the 30. Now he's going to get down to about the 39-yard line. I will say this about Wes Hotchkiss, people who don't know, like what you see from Wes Hotchkiss is like what you get. Like that's what he is. He's the nicest, purest, funnest, like seems to be the happiest dude, always having a good time, always good vibes, always super nice. He does podcast appearances for podcasts that are like smaller and that you wouldn't think that you'd get the senior writer for the Packers.com. He did my podcast multiple times in person at Lambeau Field. Like Wes Hotchkiss is like the coolest dude. You know what I mean? Don't tell him I said that though. I don't want to. I don't like to talk nice about people. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. Wes is awesome though. He's an absolute awesome dude. First down and 10, and awesome at his job. Great writer. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers under center, just short of the 40-yard line. He's going to toss this thing left side, and he's going to try to make some dudes miss. He's going to get about 2 yards on the other side of the 40-yard line over here. Yeah, Wes Hotchkiss is one of the coolest people that I have on my podcast. I think my favorite people to have on the podcast, Wes Hotchkiss, Aaron Nagler, Corey Benke. I think Corey Benke and Nagler are probably among the best, especially talking about duos. They do a good job. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. Warren who was out in the slot. Now he's standing next to Rodgers. They're changing the whole play, it seems like. Protection and all. Here we go. Rodgers out of shotgun. 6:15 to go in the fourth quarter. He's back to throw. No, he's not. He's going to toss this thing left side, and not a lot there, about 3 yards. So it's going to be third down. I would say about 3 yards on that thing. You know what I mean? Look at that Bengals fan. He's clapping. He's just like, he worked really early. He's like, dude, don't go to overtime. I don't care what happens. You know what I mean? That dude looks tired. All right, Rodgers in shotgun. He's got a man to his left. Third down and 4. 5:37 to go in the fourth quarter. This is a big-time play right here. Let's see if the Steelers got it. Where they at? It's about the 45-yard line. Just pass it. Rodgers back to throw. Quick pass. That's going to be incomplete, dude. That's fourth down. Quick slant. Good coverage. Wasn't there. And the Steelers are punting, dude. And this is a bad spot for them because they're at 4:24. Rodgers did a little of this. I don't know what that means, but he's like banging on the drums all day. You know what I mean? I think that's what he was doing. So 5:26 to go in this fourth quarter. It's fourth down and 4. They are punting. And the Steelers have all 3 timeouts. The Bengals have 2 timeouts, but the Bengals are going to be in a situation here where they can run this clock out. And they're going to be fair catching this thing. Now they're going to let this thing roll. And Steelers are going to touch this thing down about the 10-yard line, maybe 9, see where they mark this thing. And we're going to see 24-30 ball game, 5:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Bengals offense is going to take the field. We're going to have a commercial, and I'm going to go get me another beer. So we're going to have another commercial over here. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me. 343 watching live right now. And I love every single one of you, except one of you. You know who you are. You know what I mean? Here's a guy who likes to slide in sometimes, you know what I mean? I think that deserved a laugh track, you know what I mean? That's just me, you know what I mean? All right, let me get my beer situated over here. You know, it's funny. I didn't even hear that because I can literally hear pigeons outside my window. Not really the last couple of days. I think the cold weather might have shut them up a little bit, but they're still out there. Pigeons don't go south for the winter. Wish we played the Steelers at home. A-Rod worries me being back at Lambeau. And I think the thing is, like, the Steelers, if they lose this game, they're going to be angry. Whenever you play a team that kind of lost the game, that they're going to feel like they should have won. They're going to give you your best. But I have faith in this Packers team. But we got Arizona coming up first. But we're going to see what happens there. You know what I mean? And the Packers play the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. Is that correct there, Vinny?
That's what it looks like, I think, if I'm correct. Or is it the Sunday night game?
No, hang on. Let me ask you real quick.
Yeah.
When did the Packers play the Steelers? Yeah, Sunday, October 26th. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I took that Monday off. Yeah, that's what it is. I actually got the day off after that game. I always try to get days off after Packer games. Like, I got to do a better job of requesting them like when a schedule's released because a lot of them are already taken. But this one, they were not. So I took that day off. And obviously, I can't use a vacation day for every single one because I only get so many. But here we go. We got 1st and 10. The Bengals are starting this thing. What do you got, Vinny?
No, I was just going to say I'm so hurt you had to ask her and didn't trust me on that one.
I did not trust you, dude. Here we go. Flacco throwing this thing left side to Chase. That's going to be incomplete. He almost one hand grabbed that thing. That goes in the Steelers' favor, though. 5:11 to go. Clock stops right here. But that's going to be a good game, though, Packers versus the Steelers. I'm actually glad the Packers played the Bengals early in Flacco's run. I do think the Bengals are going to win some football games. You know, they got Chase, they got Higgins, they got the guys. The quarterback was the issue. And I don't think Flacco's the end-all, be-all. He's an older quarterback. But the more he gets comfortable, you know, with an offensive weapons he has, I'm sure he's pumped right now. Here we go. They're going to Flacco's going to keep this thing, and Flacco's running for the first down. Oh, my goodness, Joe Flacco, the old-timer. And they called the keeper. He was trying not to laugh on that when he was going back. Shout out to Joe Flacco on that one, though.
You know what we need on that is that sound effect like Speed Buggy, the old cartoon with that kind of sound, you know?
Dude, you know what I want for a sound effect that I just think about right now? We were talking about this at work the other day. Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day. So, like, if it was maybe like a backup comes in or some situation, I don't know. But we were talking about the Mighty Mouse stuff the other day. But here we go, Joe Flacco. 4:28 to go in the fourth quarter, 1st and 10. He's play action. I like that they're being aggressive here. They're not just trying to run this thing out, but he's going to throw this thing away. That's going to be incomplete. They intercepted it, but out of bounds. Way out of bounds, so it wasn't even close. But I do like that, you know, the 4:21 to go in this fourth quarter. They're not just being pansies about it. They're trying to go for it. They're trying to, you know, be aggressive. They're not playing to not lose, you know what I mean? That's underdog. No, it's Mighty Mouse. Isn't it Mighty Mouse that says, here I come to save the day? I don't think underdog, dude.
Yeah, that's Mighty Mouse, because Mighty Mouse is on the way.
Yeah. So, Philly, what are you doing, bro? Here we go, Flacco. He's got pressure. He goes down for the sack. Down back at the 12, 13-yard line. That's going to be 3rd down. That's going to put him in a little bind.
He's on his back. You'll feel that one tomorrow.
What about the cartoons, Tom Slick and the Thunderbolt Greaser Slapper? What is going on? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one.
Erica, I'm old also, and I don't remember that one at all. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, some cartoons, though, you know, I mean, they're not as well known or whatever, or maybe it was a little bit before my time, but and I'm not trying to call anyone out here, Erica, obviously. You're in your prime over here. Here we go. Flacco's in shotgun. He's going to hand this thing off, and they're going to try to get something, but they're not going to get much but a yard on that thing.
You get nothing.
No. Here I come to say the day is Mighty Mouse. But here we go. Let's get back into this game. The Steelers defense is bad tonight. Not getting after it. They're not. Chase is absolutely just destroying the Steelers defense. But it's 4th down and 17 now. And we're going to have a punt. And we're going to have 3:13 to go in the 4th quarter for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offense to go down there and get something done. The play clock is still ticking. I tried to say clicking and ticking at the same time. But here we go with the punt. They're going to be punting here about the 5-yard line is where he's going to kick this thing from. We're going to have ourselves return from the 25-yard line. He made some move, 35. He's at the 40. Nice return, bud. Nice return. Right down the sideline. He got about 10, 15 on that return?
That's what it looked like, yeah.
Phil says, I'll call out Erica, talk about Great Depression here. Take it easy, Phil. Phil says it with love, Erica.
Tough love, jeez.
Yeah, Phil is kind of a dick sometimes, you know what I mean? But here we go, 1st and 10. All love to Phil, you know what I mean?
Nice. Here comes Rodgers. Here I come to save the day.
Yeah, that's a situation we could be using this, you know what I mean? For a future stream, you know what I mean? 2:46 to go in the 4th quarter. 1st and
just
10.
Let you know, underdog was never fear. Underdog was never fear. Underdog is here was underdog.
Yeah, so Phil, I don't know what you're going at. It's either he's wrong now, he's lashing out. That's what it is. But here we go. Aaron Rodgers going to be a shotgun, empty backfield. He's back to throw. He's looking. He's scrambling right. He's trying to make some time. And he overthrows his tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. Rodgers
he almost had it
in the second half.
Quicker than that.
Well, I mean, we got to see the replay, but it looked like it was overthrown. Maybe it was tipped, though. We got to see this thing. Good job rolling out, creating some time. I think that was tipped, so that wasn't overthrown. That was just tipped. Good defensive play over there by 5-5 on the Bengals. That was not a drop, though. That was tipped, but I thought so, too, until I saw the replay. All right, here we go. Rodgers back to throw. He's looking right, and it's going to have a 1st down. Big-time completion to Wilson over here. And that's going to be 2:31 to go. We're going to try to get to the comments here. It's super cool. Matt LaFleur supports my all-time favorite gas station, and that's Kwik Trip. Yeah, shout out to Matt LaFleur, you know what I mean? You saw the commercials kind of post here. We have a holding call on we have a penalty over here on the Steelers, so that's not good for the Steelers. But yeah, shout out to Matt LaFleur, shout out to Kwik Trip, you know what I mean? Getting after it. If Matt LaFleur is doing videos for Kwik Trip, I'm doing videos for Kwik Trip. We're kind of on the same level, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was a hold. So that's going to be 2nd down and 20. 7 penalties for 59 yards for the Steelers. I wonder if they'll spend all week crying about it like the Lions fans did. Anyway, let's keep her moving over here. 2nd down and 20. 2:31 to go in the 4th quarter. 24-30. Rodgers is back to throw. He's got pressure. He looks left and he yeets that thing down the field. Big time catch. He's at the 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dude, that was reminiscent of Aaron Rodgers' Green Bay days. Remember that Jeff Bennett when he rolled left a little bit? Yeeted that thing down the field. Wasn't quite as far, but that rollout looked the same. And there we go. 30-30 ball game. 2 plays, 58 yards, 25 seconds off the clock. And an extra point takes the lead over here. 2:21 to go in the 4th quarter, though. This Bengals offense, they're like, all right, we got to go back to work. You know what I mean? Break time's over. But we going to see right here, Philly boy. You like that, didn't you? That reminiscent.
5 letters.
Erica said, you mentioned buying any mouse, and that reminded me of those old cartoons. You know what I mean? Here comes the extra point. It's up, and it's going to be good. And that's the lead. Woo! 31-30 ball game. Now we will see. All right, so Erica said right here. Rocky and Bullwinkle, Tom Slick, George, the Jungle Underdog.
5
Yeah,
letters.
she's naming off some good ones right here. You know what I mean? That was those are old timers, so you know what I mean? Late 50s, early 60s. That'd be before my time. But those were the good times. I feel like that's when the cartoons were peaked. You know what I mean?
There you go. Like, what was the name of Dudley Do-Right's horse?
Well, I remember.
What was it thing? I don't know here.
Yeah, you're way too old for me, Vinny. But remember Mr. Ed? Wilbur. Remember, I had a girlfriend back in like 8th grade, 7th grade, and I don't want to say her name, but her nickname was Wilbur. I'll say that. And I used to always say to her, Wilbur, and I don't think she liked it. You know what I mean? And her nickname wasn't that because of the horse, but Mr. Ed, you know what I mean? Anyways.
Did you take her to the corn festival? No.
I did not.
She was good with an ear of corn, right? Just
she's a very nice young lady. Here we go. 2:21 to go in the fourth quarter. We're gonna hand it. They're gonna return this thing from the 3-yard line. Bengals are looking. I think his leg kind of gave out there a little bit, but it gets down to the 30-yard line. Not injured, but he kind of looks like he. I don't know. His foot slipped out. Something happened over there, but he got to the 30-yard line. 2:15 to go. So the 29 career game-winning drives in fourth quarter overtime, 5th most among active players. Joe Flacco, 18th season.
All right, so the pressure
he played in the NFL just like 3 or 4 years less than I've worked at my job at the old Chiefs.
All right, we got to overlook. Forget the game. The pressure's on Philly boy. He said it was going to be 31-30 Steelers. Yep. So the pressure's all on him, everybody. Okay, if that's not the final, it's Philly boy's fault. Okay,
yeah, absolutely. Phil said, "You're still on Mr. Ed. You date Julia Roberts?" No, dude. The show was way before our time, but I remember watching it when I was a kid. All right, so get off my back, Phil. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, 2:15 to go. Flacco's going to be in. He's going to man to his right. He's back to throw. He's throwing right side. He's got his man. That's going to be a first down to Chase, and he's going to try to stay in bounds. I don't really know why he was fighting so hard to stay in bounds. If he'd have went out there, that had an extra time out there. I don't know, but that's what he did. A horse is a horse, of course, a horse. Everyone knows a horse is a horse. The famous Mr. Red. That's all I know from that song. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Yeah, I don't know the exact words, but I remember that show. Because I was like, it's a talking horse. How do you remember it? How do you forget a talking horse? That's a banger show. I don't remember a lot about the show, just that horse was in the stable. This dude would be in the house going through some stuff. He'd go out to the old stable and talk to the horse, like, "What's up, horse? My wife's on my nerves, you know what I mean? She's stressing me." And he'd be like, "Wilbur."
You gotta leave her, Wilbur.
Leave her and let's have a good time, you know what I mean? I don't mean in that way, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be weird with it. I'm saying they want to go party. Anyways, here we go. We got ourselves a 1-point ball game. This is good. This is what you want. This type of streams we're trying to get over here. 359 folks watching live right here, you know what I mean? This is a football stream. We're not just talking about talking horses and Mr. Ed, old time shows. But there's some bangers back in the day. Why the long face, Wilbur? I'm not sure that was ever a line in that show, but so here we go. We got ourselves a 1-point ball game, 2-minute warning, and we are going to see who if can the Steelers, because right now the Steelers defense, it's time, bro. Like, you have to, if you want to win this game, Steelers defense, you have to step up right here. You have to get after it, dude. Come on, defense is exactly right. You know what I mean? Provocative, urgent. I'm reading the words off the commercial over here. You know what else is a good show back in the day? Leave It to Beaver, dude. Leave It to Beaver. I always like me some. When my kids were young, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Leave It to Beaver." I love this show when I was a kid. We watched it, and I was like, "This show kind of sucks," you know what I mean? But back in the day, it was good. But it's kind of boring now. All the shows I tried to show my kids, like cartoons I liked, start watching them. The kids are like, "What's going on here?" Bunch of psychopaths, you know what I mean? But here we go. They're coming back from commercial over here. And we have ourselves a classic ball game right here. Or maybe you're talking about Leave It to Beaver, because Leave It to Beaver, also a classic. Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. I always wonder what his dad did. Like, he's either a mafia boss or he's like a salesman, you know what I mean? But here we go. Flacco's going to be in shotgun. He's going to man to his left. Back to throw. He gets rid of this thing. He's past the 50. It's going to be a first down. He's at the 40. Down to about the 36, 37-yard line. That's a chase. And this is a bad situation for the Steelers. 1:52 to go. He gets out of bounds right there. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Steelers have 3 if they ever get the ball back. But Jamar Chase is absolutely unstoppable in this game. They have no answer for him, and I'm not even sure they're trying that hard. That was horrible. They have no one covering him. It's like some kind of zone. What are they doing? That's Jamar freaking Chase, bro. That's a Rodgers thing. What are we doing on defense, bro? You just let him 16 catches, 161 yards, and a touchdown in this game. Steelers defense is absolutely just getting embarrassed here. Where Flacco's out of shotgun, he's going to hand this thing off up the middle. He hits that circle button, gets a couple yards on that. Not a lot. It's going to be second down, 147 to go. Oh, Little House on the Prairie, dude. Dude, I have a funny Little House on the Prairie story, dude. You guys want to hear a funny Little House on the Prairie story? We have a timeout here, so we have a little bit of time. All right, picture this. Sicily, 1911. No, I'm just kidding. No, but Little House on the Prairie, dude. I used to watch this show every day after work, right? So I'm sleeping one day, and my wife, this is years and years ago, my wife comes up and she's like, hey, sign your check. I'm going to go put it in the bank, whatever. So, like, I'm dreaming or whatever, and I must have been dreaming about Little House on the Prairie, and I signed the check Charles Ingalls. I signed Charles Ingalls, right? And then she's laughing and she wakes up. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I look and I'm like, "Oh my god!" So like I was dreaming, and I must have been Charles Ingalls in my dream. You know what I mean? So then I had to go to the bank and explain it to them. And then they got the whole bank. They got the bank manager. They got everyone out there. Here we go. Flacco's in shotgun, back to throw. He's tossing this thing left side. Oh my goodness, he's got it, and he slides down at the 5-yard line. Higgins slides down at the 5-yard line on purpose. If they don't get a score here at any point, if somehow don't get a field goal, at least that's going to be hurting them.
So on the way to the bank, did you like trip and fall down the hill when you ran there?
Everything at the bank, like the manager came and like it was like a whole thing, and they made me explain it, and I was like, and I explained like 3 times. They didn't get another manager. How many you got back there? You know what I mean? Just get the top one. Let's get over with. And then like every time I went back there, they would like look at me and like laugh, and like they would like they always remember that. That's when I got direct deposit. I was like, I'm never going to that bank again. That's a true story, dude. I had to go and explain to them, and that was like you were having a dream, and I was like, yeah, like, in your dream, you were Charles Ingalls in your dream. I was like, obviously I was. All right, lady, why are you stressing me?
I'm picturing you going back. Would you like this in your checkings or savings, Mr. Ingalls?
I don't know. You want this to be paid out in cattle feed? All right, so Flacco takes a knee here, gets it centered for the field goal kick, and they're playing for the field goal. So in this situation, they're playing for the field goal. If they somehow miss this field goal, I will laugh so hard. Final timeout here for the Steelers, but the Bengals are obviously playing for the field goal. And if they don't hit it, want a Little House fun fact? I do, Philly boy. Let me know. Let me know if a Little House fun fact over here.
Phil was on the show.
The name of Dudley Do Right horse name was Stonewall's Royal Peavine.
Now, I really didn't know that. I remember the cartoon. I watched it, but I don't remember that. Yeah.
Here we go. And they're going to do the same thing again, or is that a replay? No.
Good one, Stace. Good one.
They're kneeling this thing down. They're playing for the field goal. Steelers are out of timeouts. We're at 1:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Loved Michael Landon. My nephew was named Landon after him. You know what I mean? Michael Landon's an absolute boss. You know what I mean?
So Stacy want to know if at the bank was at the Olsons, like at the store.
No, that was Associated Bank. Pa, Mr. Ingalls never wore underwear. Next time, watch his flopping. All right, I don't. What's going on?
Why would we look at that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's a real thing. You know what I mean? Next time I watch, though, you know what I mean?
Philly boy needs a hobby, man. He needs to get out. You know.
Second timeout over here for the Bengals. It's 30-31 ball game, 53 seconds. They're playing for the field goal. I hope they miss it, just because they played for the field goal so early. If they don't win this game, this is going to be like talked about, like just severity. The Bengals been playing for a field goal since like the 2-minute warning, since they got even close to field goal range. You know, the Packers, Matt LaFleur gets a lot of shade for that. 53 seconds, 3rd and goal, and they're going to kneel this thing again down back to about the 18-yard line, 17 maybe, is where this ball is going to be kicked from. It's 4th down and goal. Dude, I hope so much it loses just because the way they ended this game. I think you're playing scared, dude. You're playing soft, and you control this whole game on offense. I don't understand why they gave up like that. I think it's horrible coaching, dude. I really do. Even if they win the game, I still think it is. Landon was Michael Landon a big drinker? You know why you over here just throwing out dirt over here? Just spilling the tea over here. Watch a documentary time.
He is right about that. That is how he died from the liver. Yeah.
Sorry. But either way, you know what I mean? Let's keep that in house. Oh, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but
yeah, I heard it in my headphones. Yeah.
We'll keep it clean here. There's ladies watching. Here we go. 4th and goal. Here comes the field goal. Flacco today, 31-47, 342 yards. I took the under on like 200, whatever, 24 yards. Flacco had himself a game. Hey, take it easy. All right, here we go. Evan McPherson. Really good field goal kicker. 36-yard field goal attempt, but I hope he misses it so much.
Good.
I don't like how they ended this game. But he's probably going to make it over here. The kick is up. It's going to be good, and they're going to win this ball game with 7 seconds to go. 33-31. Bengals are up 7 seconds to go, and the Bengals are going to win this thing. Oh, yeah, he was on Highway to Heaven. I've seen some clips. That is, yeah, Tomlin's going to be big mad. This is why you don't give the Bengals a quarterback. For real, dude. This would have been an easy win for them, but they went and got him a quarterback, and he got the ball to Jamar Chase. That was the whole game plan. 33-31. I don't like how they coached this game at the end, though, but it was a good game by the Bengals overall. I mean, completely, really. But I just didn't care how that. I mean, I get it. You're playing for the win. You have a good kicker. You trust them. But I don't know. I would have tried to run the ball a little bit. You were successful. But I don't know, it just seems like you're playing scared a little bit. But then again, the Bengals, look at the situation they're in record-wise. They got 2 wins, I think.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Tomlin's going to go over to Cleveland and just punch everyone in the face, I think. I hope the Bengals destroy the Browns now. Dude, I hope but they are, first of all. They're going to. The Browns are a horrible team. They don't have any quarterback over there. They don't have any quarterback that even should be starting in the NFL on their roster. The Browns are a very, very bad football team. And they're a very bad run football team. Like from top to bottom, they're just a horrible, horrible franchise. And they have been for like 40 years. We're going to have a touchback over here. I think like since like the 50s, dude. I think they had a little bit of luck. What is that, 50s, 60s when they were getting after it?
All they have to do is get into field goal range. That's it.
7 seconds to go. They could, if they can get some crazy stuff happening right here. Steelers have no timeouts.
That boy is good.
I don't know. This is asking a lot. And Flacco's like, they ain't getting that, dude. They don't give a shit. Rodgers didn't throw Hail Marys. He ain't throwing that thing.
Do you think Flacco still has like a TiVo at home?
Yeah, he probably still got the antennas, dude. All right, Rodgers.
I've got an antenna.
At the 35-yard line. Old people like that. You know what I mean? He's got a man to his left. They're at the 35-yard line. They're going to try to make something happen. They're going to try to go to the sideline, and that's going to be completed out of bounds 3 seconds to go. So he just tried to get a few yards there.
Keep in mind, you got Mr. Hail Mary at quarterback.
Yeah, he can sling that thing, obviously. Packer fans know that. And he's like, hey, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary. I'm going to throw it high as heck. You just go get that thing. Just pretend like you're, Mr. Janice over here.
And the Bengals are going no pass, no flags on defense. That's what they're calling for right now.
60 yards to get to the end zone here. Rodgers is back to throw. He's rolling left. You've seen it before. Can he do it again? Rodgers yeets this thing into the air. He gets it to the end zone. It's going to be knocked down by the Bengals. and not meant to happen today. 33-31 ball game. The Bengals beat the Steelers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Get to some comments here. Love, let's hope the Pack watch this game and plan for what works. O-line needs to hold up, though. And here's what it is, Joey, though. What the Packers need to do, you need to get rid of the ball quick. That's what happened in this game. Whenever you're playing a pass rush like that, just do the slants, do the quick passes. Just get rid of the ball. Don't hold the ball. I think you'll be all right. You know what I mean? Especially because the Steelers can get after the quarterback. But Rodgers had a chance, didn't work out. You know what I mean? What's up, Stace? She said, thanks, everyone. Enjoy your night. Yeah, we're going to wrap this thing up. Appreciate you, Karen. She said, thank you for the show tonight. We're going to be back tomorrow night watching the Brewers. I think that's just after 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So come hang out. The Brewers, they are in a win or go home type of situation. So we got the Brewers watch along Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Come hang out with us and, see what happens. And then Sunday, come hang out for the Packers live stream. You know what I mean? And hang on, we got Deb chiming in. The Mr. Ed song will be going through my head when I'm trying to sleep tonight. Night, Matt. I appreciate you, Deb. Have a good night. You know what I mean? And his name was Mr. Ed. All right, we're gonna pop out of this thing. But shout out to absolutely thank you, Vinny, Matt. Go Pack, go Bears still suck. Let's give a shout out to the producer of the show, Vinny. You know what I mean?
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Handling the scoreboard, getting all the graphics, doing all the commercials, doing all the things, you know what I mean? While I sit back here and just yap, you know what I mean? Car Guy 72, hey, Matt, how about them Bengals? You know what I mean? They won that thing. You just got here, though. You just commented now. No, I appreciate you, though. But, yeah, the Bengals, they're getting after it. Aaron threw that like it was nothing. He's still dead. He don't have that arm forever, you know what I mean? But shout out to Philly boy. Go, Vinny. Go is absolutely right. And go, Matt. You know what I mean? All right, so thanks, Vinny. Shoot, couldn't put it out, but pull it off. There you go. Anyways, I don't want that to be my last word I say. So Bears still suck. Lion fans, stop crying. It's all right. It's Thursday. Get over it already. You know what I mean? You lost. You lost the game. You know what I mean? So get over that. And Bears still suck. Cub fans, stay crying as well. Go Pack, go. We're out of here. You know what I mean?